It's time for Massena Raider football on 92.9 WMSA. You can also catch tonight's broadcast via the WMSA mobile app. Download it and tell your friends around the world. Now it's time to send it over to Elijah Winfrey and Don Despaw.
All right, we are here for the Hall of Fame game here at Mike Nicholas Field. We're ready for a boxing match disguised as a football game. I got Don Despaw next to me. I'm Elijah Winfrey. We're going to be bringing you the sights and sounds from this Hall of Fame game between the 1-2 Malone Huskies and your 3-0 Massena Raiders. And I do want to let you know this pregame show is brought to you by the fine folks over there at Horizons Youth Clubhouse. Want a safe place to go after school? Horizons Youth Clubhouse is a drop-in free youth center open to youth ages 12 through 17. They are located on Main Street right next to Town Hall. They are open Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You can check them out on Facebook for their daily activities and more. And Don Despaw, you've got our other sponsors, right?
Yes, Elijah, thank you. Seacom Federal Credit Union, locations in Massena, Potsdam, Canton, Malone, Ogdensburg, Plattsburgh, Watertown, South Burlington, and Essex, Vermont. Check them out online at seacom.org or mobile on your smartphone. Massena Drug-Free Community Coalition, developing plans and strategies that will reduce and prevent substance abuse among our youth and adults in our community. MX Fuels, 22 Center Street in Massena, providing quality fuels at great prices here in northern New York. So we thank those sponsors making the broadcast possible.
And, of course, over the week we had some stats updated in New York State. And I am honored to be able to tell you we've got ranked players in the entire state of New York. Starting off with the quarterback position, Connor Eastwood. He was, I think, number 8, if I'm not mistaken, last weekend. Well, now he's number 5 in the entire state of New York when it comes to passing yards for Connor Eastwood, senior quarterback for Massena. Running back for Massena, Carter King. He's number 14 in the state when it comes to rushing yards. So obviously very, very cool there for Carter King. Only his second year playing football, by the way. Number 10 in the state when it comes to receiving yards, that's our guy, Garrett Weir, number 10 for Massena. And number 26 in the state when it comes to receiving yards, that's again our guy, Mr. Dominic Murtaugh, number 15. So four offensive weapons for Massena. Mm-hmm. Our offensive firepower ranked in the state. That's pretty good stuff.
For sure.
Yeah. That is right, my friend. I had a chance to talk with Coach Zappia about it. Let's hear what he had to say. It is the Coach's Show.
And this is the 4th edition of the Massena Raiders Coaches Show. I'm Elijah Winfrey. Joining me is varsity football coach Taylor Zappia. Coach Zappia, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for coming down once again.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to come down to practice to kind of see how everything's done. And I appreciate the access, as I said before, to make this season as special as it can be because it's shaping up to be a good one.
Yeah.
You guys are 3-0 going into this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about that last game against Sable Valley. Just kind of want to give you the floor here. What did you think about that game with Sable Valley, and what have you been stressing to your guys this week?
The big thing that obviously everyone kind of saw in that game is all the yellow all over the field. The flags, we need to get that taken care of. Very happy we were able to get the win, and hopefully, through these first couple practices, we were able to talk to the team and discuss how important that individual accountability is, which we stressed this week a ton. That's not acceptable. That's not the team we coach. That's not the type of team these guys are. So hopefully we will take care of that, because as we all know in this game, I'm just hoping, I told these guys we're lucky we got the win and we can move on from that, but we don't need to take a loss in order to learn that we can't be taking dumb penalties. But other than, the obvious 100 penalties or whatever was on the field.
Flagapalooza. That's what I was calling it up in the booth, was Flagapalooza.
Other than that, man, the guys, we were running crisp routes. Eastwood felt really comfortable in the pocket. That's because of the offensive line. Mm-hmm. Sable Valley had some big guys that were strong, and we once again showed that we were going to match toughness and we were going to back down from anyone, especially defensively. So really happy with how the guys performed. And like I said, we just need to take care of that take care of that other nonsense, and we'll be on our way. So,
what's that line, Coach? Because I know you want a tough team. I know you want a bunch of guys out there who are, as tough as a $2 steak, as you usually say. Yep. But what's that line between being tough and like being mentally tough so that you can be disciplined enough to keep doing what you got to do, right?
Yeah. No, I was talking to coaches after the game. I go, listen, obviously we need to take care of the flags, but I've been praying for a group of guys like this for 11 years now. I told these guys we got free safeties, strong safeties, and corners that'll come up and hit like linebackers. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we've ever had 4 defensive backs and guys on the bench that are willing to come up and they're not afraid of anybody, right? So I take a lot of pride in that, and I know these guys do too. Like I told these guys, you have to play a little bit of an edge, but I think you need to know when to dial it back. Yeah. You need to know when that's hurting the team. And again, I know these guys are understood what kind of the mishaps we made, and I know we're going to correct it. So.
Now, as we head into this week, obviously you guys have got some stat leaders who are doing some big things out there. As far as New York State stats are concerned, I know you enter them every week, so this is not going to be a surprise to you, but for folks at home, quarterback Connor Eastwood is number 5 in the entire state when it comes to passing yards. Carter King is number 14 in rushing yards in the entire state. Garrett Weir is number 10 in the state for receiving yards, and Dominic Murtaugh is number 26 in the state for passing yards. I just want to reiterate for the audience at home, that's not Section 10 they're leading. That's not even Division B they're leading. That is statewide. I mean, it's been a while since we've had some players at that type of level here in Massena. I mean, how do you keep these guys with a level head? And also, how do you tell them to embrace the hard work? Because they put it in.
Sure. Yeah, there's, no doubt we got a lot of skill on this team, and these guys are for the first 3 games, these guys have been making plays. And it all stems, as you know, from the offensive line. Mm-hmm. And these guys know that. So, the guys are getting put in situations to make plays, and they're making them. So we need to just continue to, practice hard and, keep making those plays when you get the opportunity. You might only get one opportunity a game, but make that play if you can. These guys know, like, I like the stats, just to kind of, from a coaching point of view, to kind of see not only who's hot right now, who had a big game, for the kind of the next week's game plan, but kind of see if we're favoring one person, maybe not the stats you see on Max Preps, but right and left, kind of my handedness as far as calling plays. So there's a lot of logistics that I like to look at just to make sure, kind of self-scouting stuff. Okay. When it comes to that, as far as stats, and these guys know. I mean, at the end of the day, they're kids, right? So they like to see the stats. They want to have a good game. Right. They want the stats. I get it, but they know, and I tell them all the time, it's not about you, right? If you want it to be about you, go play tennis, right? and they like that. So these guys, they, like I said last week, it's 0-0 with 1 to go, and that's going to be our motto: win, lose, or draw the rest of the year. It's 0-0 with 1 to go. Each week is a new week. That's what's beautiful about this game. And these guys know it's time to clock in and go to work on Monday, whether you had 150 rushing yards or you had 0. So these guys have a good head on their shoulders when it comes to that.
As we turn the page to Malone, Coach, one of the things that I like to do on a personal level is I always find myself playing the more likely game, which is it more likely that it's this way, or is it more likely that it's that way? And I feel like with Malone, they're coming in 1-2. I've heard from people already that they're like, automatic win because they're 1-2, we're 3-0. And for me, I feel like what's more likely? Is it the fact that they played 2 of the best, squads in the North Country, and Peru and Governor, and they took their lumps? Or is it more likely that they completely fell off the wagon and you can just sleepwalk through this thing?
No, absolutely.
Easiest question I've ever asked you.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely not. There's not a team in high school football that you underestimate going into it. That's not the way this ball game works, right? This is high school ball. Anything can happen. So we're going in. I mean, they beat us like 22-21, something like that last year, the first time we met. They're a 1-2 team. They want a win on our Hall of Fame day, and we're gonna come in, with a chip on our shoulder and defend our turf, no pun intended, and give them our greatest attitude and our greatest effort. That's all we can do. But no, definitely not underestimating any team in the state.
Well, and I was telling folks, who obviously tune into my show on WMSA and things like that, as a fan, underestimating means finding something else to do with your time at 2:30 on Saturday instead of being here in the stadium. You want people here in the stadium, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, obviously the kids love it. We love it as a coaching staff. That's that home field advantage, that 12th man that I was talking about last week. I mean, being super loud on defense, maybe quieting it down a little bit on offense, but still being loud. We can deal with it. But no, we need all the people in the stands as we can and take that home field advantage. We can get it.
So, Coach, let's talk about the quarterbacks a little bit. Obviously, we know Connor Eastwood, and I was telling you kind of off the air that the three things I've been impressed with by him, outside of the calm, cool collectedness that you want in your starting quarterback, is the fact that he seems to have expert-level ball placement. The risky throws for everybody else are not risky for us this season, knock on wood. He also seems to have eye-opening arm strength, and, just overall, he seems to have guts back there, that he's not afraid to stand back there and make that throw. On the other side of the field this weekend, you got another good one, and Logan Peck, senior quarterback from Malone. One of the things I noticed about him, and I never want to compare a high school athlete to a professional athlete, so I'll just say, he seems to improvise a lot like, a particular quarterback from Seattle and Kansas City, just in the way that he'll just keep a play alive until somebody comes open. What type of challenge is that for your defense? And then in general, their offense, who all uses risk coach and they don't hardly huddle, combine those two things together for our audience at home. What makes that a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you have a really good athlete back there at quarterback and someone who's obviously not afraid to extend plays and wait till guys get open. Our number one kind of thing we're stressing this week with the defensive line is containing him, right? Rushing him, and containing him. Even if he's quick to leave the pocket, he's not out of the fight at all. So he will, he'll run all around, have a tough time containing. Then it makes harder for our defensive backs because instead of defending these routes that we defend every day, the slant, the post, the whatever, now we're defending guys trying to get open, right? And almost a scramble drill, which is next to impossible to defend. So, that's a challenge on our defensive ends this week, kind of getting a good rush on him, and not only getting a good rush on him, but containing him. So these guys don't have to cover, for 15, 20 seconds because it's not fair to them. And I know they have very good receivers, so they will get open, and if the opportunity is there, they will make plays. So we're really stressing containing him this week, and as far as the risk coach stuff, they're gonna go quicker than normal. The good thing about that, hopefully from what I've seen and last year, is they're not in a whole ton of formations. So we're able to kind of see the formations, which is good and bad, I guess. But it's gonna be a new challenge for the defense, and these guys are definitely up for it. So.
And of course, you guys here at Massena Central, you got your Hall of Fame ceremony happening the night before at 6:00 in the cafeteria. Obviously, public is welcome for that. I noticed there was a name on the list, a Kaylee Zappia. Yeah. Any relation?
Yeah, my sister, the toughest Zappia, getting inducted in the Hall of Fame. So we're all really proud of her, and it'll be really exciting. So.
All right. So obviously, you're hoping that goes great. You're hoping for a win on Saturday. Yeah. Again, folks, kickoff is at 2:30 on Saturday between Malone and Massena. Coach, just last question here for you. Has there been anybody that maybe hasn't had the stats that you've been super impressed with this season, or maybe someone's doing really well in the classroom you want to give a shout out to? Feel free to, brag about multiple players if you want.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Lindstedt is the guy who really stands out in my mind. We don't count the pancake blocks. I know that's on Max Preps, maybe next year. No, Jake is he's one of our captains. He's an amazing leader. He's our left tackle. I kind of move him around here and there. Defensively, he's all over the place. He's tough. He's smart. He's fast. He's just all you want in a football player. And I really hope. I'd love to see him play at the next level. Obviously, that's his decision. But no, he's a guy that's not getting a lot of stats on Max Prep. But without him, man, he's the backbone of this team. I would say. I would definitely say that. So, Jake Lindstedt.
All right, and folks, remember, you got a boxing match disguised as a football game coming up on Saturday. Massena and Malone at 2:30. We're going to get you ready for it here on WMSA. It's the Huskies and the Raiders doing battle once again in Massena. Hope to see you there. It's time to meet this year's Massena Raiders varsity football team, the Coaches.
Taylor Zappia, head coach.
Chip Morrill, defensive coordinator. Michael Gardner, assistant defensive coordinator.
Jason Zembeck, running backs, outside linebackers.
Casey Simons, lineman.
Nick Morrill, receivers, corners.
The players.
Parker O'Neill, wide receiver and corner.
Dominic Austin, receiver, outside linebacker.
Donovan Turner, outside linebacker, wide receiver.
Connor Eastwood, quarterback.
Nolan Jensen, center.
Dominic Murtaugh, wide receiver, corner.
Penny LeBrake, cornerback / receiver.
Brandon Barnes, defensive end, guard.
Carter King, running back, middle linebacker.
Gage Charleston, running back, outside linebacker.
Darian Coates, offensive tackle, middle linebacker.
Ethan McComb, right guard, DM.
Nathan Golden, running back, outside linebacker.
Aiden Beckstead, wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Owen Cyrus, center.
Jake Lindstad, left tackle, defensive end.
Garrett Weir, wide receiver, strong safety.
Cade Frigo, tight end, outside linebacker.
Rylan Dodson, left guard, defensive tackle.
Travis Burnett, wide receiver, defensive back.
Frank Laughing, wide receiver, defensive back.
Corey Jarrett, outside linebacker, receiver.
Thomas Benham, receiver, defensive back.
Cole Boder, offensive line, defensive tackle.
Keegan DeRushy, right tackle and defensive end.
Nolan Hurlbut, offensive line, defensive line.
Dominic Sherman, running back, defensive back.
Gordon McEwen, wide receiver, defensive back.
Jace Cargo, wide receiver, defensive back.
Martinez, running back, linebacker.
Lennox Pierce, right guard, nose for defense.
Massena, I've got one question for you. Are you ready for some football?
We certainly are here at Mike Nicholas Field. We are just counting down the seconds here, my friends. About 6 minutes left here in the pregame warm-ups before we get this thing going. And it is our understanding, based on our very own Mr. Tom Miller, we should really put him on payroll, that Franklin Academy, Malone, which is how I'm going to call it, Malone, they are going to be on defense first, and Massena is going to be on offense first. So you're going to see that offensive firepower for Massena right out the gate. This is Hall of Fame game, by the way, and I feel the need to recognize those Hall of Famers who went in last night. You had the 2004-2006 volleyball squads, Lori Knopf, P. Jeffrey Slatt, Kaylee Zappia, and Aaron Francis all going into the Hall of Fame during, yes, a hearty congratulations. During our halftime show, Don Desplat is going to give you the background on all of those folks, okay? So stick around till halftime. That's where we're going to be doing our celebration here on the radio of those Hall of Fame athletes. So just wanted to let you know that at home. We did not forget about them. We just don't want to be in the middle of talking about them and then have to cut it off or cut it short. So we will do that during halftime. We hope you will stick around, obviously, for this entire game. I really believe, Don Desplat, this is going to be a good one, and I hear I've convinced you of that, right?
Yeah, at first, I said, no, I don't. I think Massena has too many weapons. Now you convinced me to some degree, maybe 70% of, okay. Close contest.
It's going to be a boxing match. It's going to be a football game. That's what I think is going to happen. So we'll see. Right now, the captains are meeting at midfield currently, and I know we will be getting the national anthem soon. Folks, what you're going to hear when the national anthem plays is we're going to play for you a recorded version of it so you can hear it crystal clear. Obviously, we know how meaningful that is to hear that national anthem, so we want to make sure we get it right for you. So we're going to play you a recorded version of that as they are playing it live here, and we're going to hope that it times up perfectly.
Well, it did last week.
It did last week. You better knock on.
You're going to nail it. You're going to nail it perfect.
Do also, again, I want to thank Gavin Reagan and obviously all the coaches from Massena giving us, kind of unprecedented access this season to be able to get that Coaches Show audio for you at home. And we hope that you're enjoying the Coaches Show audio and that you're enjoying all the other little things we're trying to work in as we try to make this season and every season for Massena Raider football and WMSA as special as possible. I do want to thank Don Desplat. He's been by my side since I started doing this.
Stand by me.
That's right. Stand by me. Yeah. And we are going to have ourselves a fun one here, I believe, again, for Malone. They've got not just Logan Peck. They've also got some other folks. I'll mention them briefly here. They've also got wide receiver Jordan Perry, wide receiver Carson West, running back John Poyer, running back Colt Warner, and running back Levi Sutton. Those are the offensive weapons for the Huskies today that we're probably going to be saying their name quite a bit. So we'll see what happens. Again, will that destination nowhere defense shut it down? We'll see. Right now, it is time for us to go ahead to the national anthem. So we're going to stand up, remove our hats, And for you at home, you will hear the national anthem, the recorded version. Here we go. And we are back here at Mike Nicholas Field after a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. We got everybody here today. The pep band's over there to the far side of the end zone near the gymnasium. You got the high school cheerleaders out here, I believe, for the first time this season, if I'm not mistaken. You've got Franklin Academy's cheerleaders down to the other side near the baseball field. And we're ready. Everybody is in on this game. So very excited about it. Don Desbaugh, as it looks like Franklin Academy is coming out to kick this off to the Raiders. I'm actually looking here, and it looks like Franklin Academy is going to be the recipient of it. So they are going to go on offense first. Malone's going to go on offense first. And for folks at home, you hear me say Franklin Academy, you hear me say Malone, they are the same team. FA. You might hear Don Despaw say FA. It sounds like they have three names, but legitimately, whether it's Franklin Academy, FA, or Malone, it's all the same team today. Malone is in their white jerseys with green numbers and green pants. Massena in all red today with that chrome stripe going down the center of their helmets. And it will be Massena kicking off to Malone. Malone's going to pick it up. It was a short kick there. And that means that for Malone, they are going to have their first possession coming from inside Raiders territory. And that ball is going to be at the Massena Raiders 47, I'll say. And that is going to be on the near hash, okay, near hash. And here he comes, quarterback Logan Peck. Been telling you about him all week long if you've been listening to my show. And this is a good quarterback here for Franklin Academy, Malone, FA, however you want to say it, the Huskies. They're on offense first, and Peck is in the shotgun formation. He has got a running back crouched down beside him here. He's going to put a man in motion. He's going to get the snap. He's going to hand it off. And that big fella is going to go down for a gain of maybe 2. Brandon Barnes in there on that tackle for your Raiders. They did a little handoff, and that was number 32, I believe, taking that carry, Mr. Colt Warner. And so Logan Peck is going to head over towards the sideline to get this next play. A little bit of a different setup than they had last year, where last year they just looked at the sidelines, got a number, and they were rolling. They are actually huddling, which is interesting to see. So here we go. Maybe that has been something that has changed for them. It's going to be second down here and 8 for the Malone Huskies. Peck in the shotgun. He's going to clap his hands. He's going to get the ball. Now he's going to run out wide, and he's going to get taken down to the backfield. Destination nowhere. Garrett Weir in there on that quarterback sack, which I'm going to call it a quarterback sack, but it's no doubt about it, a tackle for loss for Garrett Weir. So a very good tackle there for Garrett Weir, being able to figure out the quarterback run. But it looks like there was a penalty after all of that. And it looks like Massena's going to decline that penalty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there we go. So a penalty against Malone. Again, Logan Peck was in the shotgun, just tried to run it himself. And Garrett Weir shot right up in there like he was shot out of a cannon.
No real estate, Elijah.
No real estate, that's right.
Destination nowhere.
Destination nowhere. Mr. Garrett Weir getting in on the action today. It's going to be 3rd and 12 here 0-0, a long 3rd and 12. Ball's in the middle of the field. Peck going to clap his hands. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to throw it out wide. He's got somebody down there. It's Perry. Perry going to bounce out of bounds there at the 15-yard line. And just like that, a first down for Malone.
Jordan Perry, yep.
Jordan Perry. We were talking about it earlier this week, Donnie. I said that is the connection you got to watch out for with this Malone Huskies team. And just like that, they go from the 49 of their own side of the field down to about the 25 of our side of the field. You do the math at home. All I know is it's a big play for Malone. The ball's now going to be on the far hash for this first down and 10. And that ball, like I said, is going to be at the Massena 25-yard line. Peck in the pistol. He's going to get the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 32. That is Colt Warner. Colt Warner is going to fumble. And here comes Tepani LeBrake, but hold everything. They're going to blow it dead. I believe he was down on the field. That's what they're going to say. Colt Warner was down on the field, running back for Malone. So, Malone's taking a big, deep breath on that one. And we are looking 10:31. That's the amount of time we got left here in this first quarter of play. On the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard, it is Massena 0, Malone 0.
Would they rule that, Elijah?
They ruled that down on the ground. He was down on the ground, so it's going to stay Malone ball here. 2nd down and 2 after an 8-yard run there from Colt Warner. Colt Warner going to be the side cart to Peck in the shotgun. Perry is out to the top of the field. That's their dangerous receiver. Peck is going to fake the handoff to Warner. He's going to run it up the middle himself. And he's going to gain a few yards on that play. And it looked like Jake Lindstad was able to kind of redirect Peck on that play. A 4-yard run there for Logan Peck. That's a first down Malone. And here come the Huskies, which is what we thought we might see. As I've been saying all week, there's going to be a boxing match disguised as a football game. And I'm glad that you're here for it, Don Despaw, and everybody else that might be listening, and folks here in the stands. It's a packed house here at Mike Nicholas Field. 9:46 and rolling left to go here in this first quarter of play. Ball is currently at the Massena 14-yard line. Peck is in the pistol. He is going to fake the handoff. He's going to come running out to the near side of the field. He's going to toss it into the end zone, and that is going to be a touchdown, Huskies. The recipient on that touchdown, Mr. Jordan Perry. You know,
I think you were right about Jordan.
I don't feel good about it, though. I don't feel good about it.
No.
But, hey, a touchdown throw on the run for Logan Peck. Peck to Perry, and that is going to make it 6-0 for the Malone Huskies. Again, 9:29 left to go here in this first quarter of play, and I'm waiting to see, do they have a kicker over there at Malone or not? That'll be the question here. And it looks like they're going to go for 2.
They're going for 2, yeah.
So, Peck is in the shotgun. Beside him is John Poyer. He's going to drop back, look to throw. He's going to throw it out. Oh, and his guy slipped and fell. He was trying to get it to number 18 for Malone, but the receiver slipped in the back of the end zone, and that's a good thing for the Raiders because that means with a touchdown, we can take the lead back. We'll be in position, I should say, to take the lead back. But for right now, Massena in an awkward position. This is not something they've faced this season. They're down 6-0 here in the first quarter of play with 9:29 left to go here on this North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. Again, Malone 6, Massena 0. North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street in Massena. North Country Savings Bank, you make it North Country, we make it a bank. While they line up, Don Despaw, your thoughts on that last drive?
Yeah, you mean the touchdown was nice, yeah. He's, again, it's Perry, that great throw for that touchdown to go for the 2, of course, and the slip. And, 6-0. That's a little test for Massena at the beginning of the game. You know,
so it looks like they're going to kick it off here to Massena. And they're going to be kicking from the 40-yard line. Back deep for Massena is Tepani LeBrake and Garrett Weir. If it gets back that far, let's see what type of leg this kid has here. DeBose, I believe it is, kicking it off. Here comes the kick. It is a nice deep kick.
Wow.
And LeBrake is going to catch it there at our 15. And here he comes, Tepani LeBrake, running down the sideline, and he's going to get to The 45-yard line of Massena, and I don't know why I said sideline because he just ran it right up the middle of the field. I got too excited, my bad. But I'm telling you, one of these days he's going to run it back for a touchdown.
I agree. I thought that might have been the one there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I did.
Everything was wide enough
he
for him.
did. Yeah, great. He's got great speed, you know.
All right, so we saw what Logan Peck can do. What can Connor Eastwood do? The Massena quarterback. He has got Carter King beside him in the shotgun formation. He is going to get the snap, hand it off to Carter King. Here comes Carter King downhill, and Carter King's going to get some resistance there, and I don't know that he actually gained a yard.
I don't think so. They're going to key on him, pretty obvious.
Number 54, Lane Ruiz, was in on that tackle. So, 2nd down and 9 here for Massena. Ball is at the, we'll call it 46 of Massena. Eastwood in the shotgun. He's going to put Weir in motion. They're going to give it to Weir as he comes across the field. Weir trying to bang it up inside, find some running room. He does. He's going to get about 4 to 5 yards there on that passing play, because that does count as a pass. It's that jet sweep. So 1 for 1. There you go. Your first passing play for Massena. And Garrett Weir doing what he does best, gaining those yards. And it was nice to see. You know, he could have kept going east-west, but he actually turned upfield, got north-south, and gained those yards. That's hard to teach these young kids to do. You know, hey, don't worry about running them, you know, outrunning people to the outside. Get north and south, get what you can. Here we go, 3rd and 4 for Massena. Ball at the 49 of Malone. Weir in motion. And here we go. Eastwood dropping back to throw. He's going to throw it out deep. He's got Weir down there too far. Just a little too far.
Wide open. Wide open. If he would have caught that, that's touchdown.
So 4th down for Massena on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. First quarter of play. Malone 6, Massena 0. It is 4th down and 4 from the Malone 49. So I would expect that Massena would go for it here. What the play call is, we'll see.
Yeah, I think so.
But Coach Zappia has been aggressive this season. Let's see what we got here. 4th and 4. Eastwood is going to put Murtaugh in motion. He's got it. He's going to toss it out Murtaugh's way. Murtaugh trying to find some real estate, and I think he got it, but there's a flag on the play. What's the flag going to be? And I believe it's going to be holding against Massena. So I hope I'm wrong, but I believe that's what he motioned. Now, if it's not against Massena, that will be a first down, because there was enough yardage there.
I think so, yeah.
But I believe it's going to be against Massena. So
he needed 4 yards?
He needed 4 yards, but I think we held as he came to the near side of the field, and that's going to back Massena up a little bit.
Right.
And right now the referees are talking to Malone's crew, and yes, it's going to be holding against Massena.
Yeah.
So what was 4th and 4 turned to a first down will now be 4th and a little bit longer here for Massena. Donnie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm risky. I'd go for it. Yeah.
4th and 14. That's what it's going to be now.
I gotta believe if Connor Eastwood can get that ball.
Ball's going to be at the Massena 41 here for this. Well, Eastwood's on the sideline, so I would expect this to be a punt from Carter King.
All right. Well,
in fact, they're lined up in the punt formation, so let's see what happens here. Carter King's going to punt it. Woo! It's a good-looking kick. It actually got taken by the air there. Oh, no. It bounces up the 50, and it's actually going backwards.
Oh, my goodness.
It went high up in the air. The wind got it. It bounced at the 50 and went into Massena territory. So they lined that up at the 41, and then after the ball bounces, it goes to the Massena 40. So I think that was a punt for -1 yards.
Wow. Yeah.
After the wind got a hold of it.
Yeah, it seemed to be going, and then all of a sudden it just seemed to change.
It did not take flight, unfortunately. So for Malone, 7:22 left to go here in this first quarter of play on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. It is Malone 6, Massena 0. Malone with the ball on the Massena 40. Peck in the pistol, I'll call it. He is going to put a man in motion, and we're going to bring a stop to this play here. I believe it was a timeout for Malone, if I'm not mistaken, not a penalty. It is a penalty. That's what I'm being told.
There is a flag, yeah. I didn't see the flag. But.
All I saw was the coaches putting their hands up, so I thought maybe they got the timeout, but no, apparently not. They're calling that a penalty, I believe, an illegal shift. So we'll see what happens here. We'll let the referees handle it. But, again, so far, a little bit of a stunned crowd here at Mike Nicholas Field. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth. Nobody's cheering. Everybody's quiet.
Yeah.
So we would open the window for crowd noise, but there is no noise.
Well,
I think people are a little, dumbfounded at the fact that Malone went down there.
Interesting game so far, lately, yeah.
And it looks like it's against Massena.
All right.
So that's going to move them even further into Massena territory. Ball's going to be at the Massena 34-yard line. Ball's on the far hash. Peck in the shotgun is going to turn and not hand it off. He's going to run it himself. He's going to get dragged down, though, by Michael Martinez and number 4 for Massena. That would be Thomas Benham, also in on that tackle. I want to say Destination Nowhere. I'm not sure. 2nd and 6, though.
Destination Nowhere. Yeah.
That defense definitely showed up big, though, on that play.
Yeah.
So now the ball is going to be in the middle of the field on the 35-yard line. 2nd and 6 for Malone. Peck is going to be in the pistol. Behind him is going to be that number 32, Colt Warner for them. Peck is going to hand it to Warner. Warner coming downhill.
A couple yards.
He's going to get a couple yards.
Not much there. No.
Number 54, Darian Coates in on that tackle for Massena. And number 51, Brandon Barnes, also there as well.
So 3rd and 6, I believe, right now? 3rd and 6?
I'm looking to see, Donnie. It says 3rd and 4 at the moment, but you were close, my friend. It's hard to spot without that yellow line on TV.
Yeah. You know, we're spoiled.
That's right. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for Malone. Ball is going to be at the 34, and they're going to draw Massena offside.
Yeah, looks like it.
So already 3 to 4 penalties for Massena in this game. And the hard count drew off Massena on that one, so I'm wondering if that's going to be an automatic first down.
That last week, too, a couple times.
It'll be first down for Malone after that penalty. And, Donnie, you're right. We did see a lot of penalties, and Coach even talked about it in the pregame show.
Yes, yep.
So we are looking here at first down and 10 for Malone. Ball is going to be at the, we'll call it 28-yard line of Massena. Ball's closer to the far hash, if you can picture that in your head. Peck is in the shotgun. He's got Warner by his side. He's going to hand it off to Warner. Warner going to break away. Here he comes down to the 15, I want to say. He was trying to outrun some people, but the Raiders were able to get there as he got to the sideline on the near side of the field. Gain of about 2 yards. He ran a lot more than 2 yards, but he only gained 2 yards.
Yeah, Massena's speed on the defense, too, is yeah.
2nd down and 9 here for Malone. Ball is going to be here at the, we'll call it 27-yard line, just to be safe. Ball's on the near hash. Peck is in the shotgun. He's got Poyer by his side. Harry is in the slot towards the top side of the field, and West is towards the numbers on the far side of the field. Hold everything, though. We got another penalty, but this time going against Malone. So now they got to back up a little bit.
The flags are a flag.
Flagapalooza. If you didn't get enough, hey, we're celebrating that again today. Ball start against Malone.
All right, yep.
That's going to help out Massena. A 5-yard penalty there against Malone. That's going to be 2nd and 14 now for Malone. And what's interesting, we were told pregame that Jordan Perry and Carson West, those are the 2 big wide receivers for Malone. Mm-hmm. We were told that they always follow each other in the formation, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Perry's in the slot towards the top side of the field. West is towards the numbers on the top side of the field. Peck is going to try to throw it out, but we got another penalty. Hold everything. Ball start again against the Huskies. They were trying to get a quick throw where Peck gets it and tosses it out wide. to either West or Perry to the top side of the field, but they were a little too excited about having that play there. So they get yet another false start penalty. It's now going to be 2nd down and 19 now for the Huskies, who right now have the first quarter lead. 4:08 left to go here in this first quarter of play. They're up 6-0 over Massena. Ball's on the near hash now. Peck going to throw it out wide, too wide. And you know why that was a wide pass? Jake Lindstedt. That is why that was a wide pass, because he got right in the quarterback's way as he was trying to throw it. So credit to Jake Lindstedt there for making sure that Peck could not throw an accurate pass. Donnie, you agree?
Yeah, absolutely agree. Yeah, great play by Lindstedt.
So we got 3:57 left to go here in this first quarter of play. It's going to be 3rd and 19 now for Malone. And this drive, at one point, they were creeping towards the 25 of Massena, but believe it or not, this next play for them is going to be from the, we'll call it the 37-yard line of Massena. So that's how the penalties affect you. Peck is in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw. Now he's going to take off and run. Here's where he's dangerous. He's going to run here, and he's definitely got the first down. Did he get that? He got the first down. Logan Peck there showing off the wheels. That's why he's the magic man. Look out. He's going to get the Huskies down there to the 15-yard line of Massena. A first down for the Huskies.
Wow. Yeah, I got to give him credit. Great run.
This is what I was warning people about earlier in the week. He has that ability to keep a play alive or just tuck it and run. He's been doing that since last season. That's why I said I think this is a boxing match here.
He did that last year, like I remember the game. That's Massena.
So that's going to be 1st and 10 here, and I believe it's going to be a timeout for Massena, if I'm not mistaken. And that's probably a good idea.
They don't want to get down, by 13-0.
Right.
Possibly. So that's a good timeout.
Take a timeout.
Yep.
Everybody chill out. Yep. It's only the first quarter. But again, for this Malone Huskies team, they said 3-0. We don't care. We're going to come out and play some football.
So Peck has the wrist,
wrist coach. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
So he's got all his plays right there on his wrist, which you also see that for Massena sometimes.
Okay, you do. All right. Yeah.
So 3:27 left to go here in this first quarter of play on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. It is Malone with that first quarter lead, 6-0 over Massena, and so far, Logan Peck has been as good as advertised.
Yeah. You were right. You said that before the game.
So let's see what Massena does. Ball is on the near hash on the 15 of Massena. It's 1st and 10. And I'm looking here, and Poyer is going to be the back next to Peck here in the pistol formation, who's actually behind Peck on this 1st and 10 play. Peck going to clap his hands, give it to Poyer. Poyer going to go running up inside, and he is going to get kind of dragged down here. There we go. By number 9, Carter King, and Topani LeBrake was also in on it as well. And the Raiders have got somebody a little slow to get up, though, unfortunately, and that's Jake Lindstedt. But he's going to get up under his own power. Just needed a second there. Lindstedt's a tall guy, so it's kind of a long way for him to fall, Sometimes we don't consider that, us normal-sized folks, because I'm 6 foot. I'm pretty sure Jake Lindstedt's like 6'3", if I'm not mistaken.
I was thinking that, too, about 6'2", 6'3".
And it's all muscle, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
But number 71, Jake Lindstedt, he's walking off under his own power, so that's good to see. For Massena, though, it's going to be 2nd and 7 as they try to stop this Malone Huskies offense, who's already up 6-0 at this point. Peck is going to be in the shotgun formation. He's got Warner by his side. Peck's going to clap his hands, get the ball. Here he comes. He's now going to run out to the far side of the field, and he's going to get hit, and he fumbled the ball, but they're going to say he was down. Michael Martinez thought he had himself a scoop and score, and unfortunately that's going to not happen there for Massena. Now, I will say, for Logan Peck, he was hit a little bit awkward on that play. because he was trying to get some more yards, and he just wouldn't go down, and so he got up a little bit limpy after that last one.
They're keeping Connor Eastwood, too, off the field.
Right.
For his quarterback, so I've noticed that. Like, he hasn't had a whole lot of time.
That Massena offense, yeah, you're right, Donnie. They have not really had, they've had 4 plays. So 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in this first quarter of play. 3rd and 7 now from deep in Massena territory. Peck in the shotgun. He's going to put a man in motion. He's got it. He's going to look out to the far side. Now he's dancing. Here we go. He's backing up to the 30, and he's still running to the near side of the field, and he's looking for someone to throw the ball to, and he does. It's incomplete. I promise you, he just ran that ball like 40 yards.
Yeah.
He was dancing. He was shaking. But it's going to be fourth down. Well, he threw it at the end, so it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 7, but that's an example of what I was talking about.
I thought he was going to be done.
No,
like that.
He's never out of the play.
No, oh, man.
Now, it was incomplete, so, I mean, you did all that for an incomplete pass, and now you got to figure out what to do here on 4th and 7.
By much.
Not by much, no, you're right.
But
he was trying to get it to Jordan Perry, who had come open in the end zone, and it was just a little too tall for him. Well, let's see here. 4th and 7. We've already seen what Peck can do. So let's see if he tries to do it again here. He is in the shotgun formation, going to clap the hands, going to get the ball. He is going to try to go to the far side of the field. Now he throws it up. It's a jump ball, and I believe it was caught for a touchdown. And they're going to say incomplete, actually. They're saying it hit the ground. So Massena avoids disaster.
Okay, instant replay.
If that was instant replay, I tell you what, it was close.
It was.
But he could not hold it there. No. So that's going to give Massena the ball back on offense. It looked like it was caught. And it was one of those plays, the fellows are talking about it here in the booth. They're all astounded by it. But Perry went up, he knocked it to himself, and almost caught it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a boxing match disguised as a football game. So here we go. Eastwood and Massena, they're going to come out here. They're deep in their own territory. Eastwood's in the pistol. Carter King behind them. Let's go, boys. We need something here. They're going to put Tapaney in motion. They're going to hand it off to Carter King. Carter King going to try to run a little bit, and he will. He'll get about 3 to 4 yards on that. And that's a good play there by Mr. Carter King. And just for reference, again, Carter King, the number 14 running back in the entire state of New York, when it comes to rushing yards, they're going to need him today to keep this offense on pace. That's going to be a 2nd and 4, so it was actually a gain of 6 yards there on that last one. Ball's on the far hash at the Massena 20. They're going to hand it off to Carter King once again. Here goes Carter King, down to the 40, to the 50, down to the other 40, to the 35, down to the 30, down to the 25. A huge run by Mr. Carter King and the Massena Raiders.
Yeah, I knew he was going to break out sooner or later. That's what I was waiting for, right there.
Best part, no flags. Gotta love it.
Yeah, he turned it on there.
Woo! From our 20 down to their 25, close to their 25. A huge run by Carter King. Carter King's going to come over to the sideline and get the water. 27-yard run. Wow. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 here for Massena. Now in the Malone territory. They're going to hand it off to Gage Charleston. Here comes Gage. He's going to run down. He's going to get about 5 yards, we'll call it, on that run. So Massena saying, hey, anything you can do, we can do better. That's right. 2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard carry from Gage Charleston. Good to see him getting in on the action. Obviously, Gage is trying to play catch-up a little bit because he had to miss the first couple games. But he's looked good.
Not going to hold Carter King down too long.
Right.
And sooner or later, he's going to break out.
And great blocking by that offensive line on that play. 2nd down and 4 here. This snap coming from the Huskies 20, we'll call it. They're going to put Weir in motion. They're going to throw it out to Weir. We're going to skip to the inside of the field. He's going to try to get some more yards. He gets about 5 yards. I believe he got a first down for Massena. Gain of 6 there. And a first down and 10 for Massena with 15 seconds left to go here in this first quarter of play. I don't know that they snap the ball again or if they say, let's let it get to the second quarter. And as I'm looking here,
they're going
to let it go to the second quarter. So at the end of one on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard, it is Malone with the early lead, 6-0 over Massena. Don Desval, what did you think of that first quarter?
Very entertaining. We saw just about everything. Some great quarterback play, some great running by each team. Massena got out to kind of a rough start, but overall, I think with that run that Carter King made, I think, pretty even first quarter for both teams, I think,
I would agree, and I think for Massena's defense, it was good that they were able to hold the Huskies the way that they did there on that last offensive possession because 6-0 is a lot different than 12-0. Yeah. So, and I will say, I think for a lot of people here in the stands, if they didn't know before, they definitely know now. That Malone offense is something.
Not a trait.
They are not a pushover.
No, both quarterbacks really, Elijah, very talented in both teams. Great quarterbacks. And I can't wait for that second quarter. Come on.
Well,
very entertaining.
And I will say, Donnie, a couple months ago when I saw this game on the schedule, I told everybody, I said, this is a matchup between two of the best quarterbacks in Section 10. And I think so far it's lived up to that hype.
And Malone lost against who? They had one loss.
Malone lost against Drew and Governor. And they beat Canton. Canton, by the way, beat Fairmont Central.
That's sorry.
Canton, by the way, beat Fairmont Central this morning, 55-14. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. Fairmont Central got up 8-0, and then after that it was all Canton.
Yeah, okay.
But when Malone played Canton, they beat them 34-6.
Oh, so they play two great teams. Governor obviously flew.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 here as we start this second quarter of play on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard. It is Malone 6, Massena 0. They're going to hand the ball off here to Carter King. Carter King is going to try to find some run room. Now he's going to bounce it back outside. Eastwood with a heck of a block. Touchdown Raiders. Carter King, touchdown for the Raiders. Carter King, he was trying to find some running room up the middle. Then he went back to the far side numbers, and Carter King put a licking on one of those Malone defenders to give Carter King that area to get it in the end zone.
What a game.
Massena getting it working early, and now it's 6-6. Here comes Mason DeShane for the extra point for Massena. Eastwood going to be the holder. Snap is up, hold is down, kick is up. It is no good, unfortunately. That's going to keep it 6-6 for Massena on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard. And I'm looking for my paper. There we go. In the second quarter of play, with 11:52 left to go, Massena answers. Carter King with a rushing touchdown there. A great, great run by Carter King, finding the open area in that Malone defense. And again, it started going towards the inside, had to bounce it out to the far side of the field.
Yeah. Now that says something when you can do that running. I mean, my goodness.
That type of vision.
Great running.
That type of vision is special, especially for a kid who's only played football for 2 years.
2 years. I know. It still boggles my mind, Elijah. 2. That's
it.
That's unreal. Wow.
And to clarify, we're not saying he played 2 years of varsity. We're saying 2 years of football at home. That's what we're saying to you. That's why we feel that's impressive. So for Carter King, show him why he's the number 14 running back in the entire state, Dominic Murtaugh. We're going to try to kick it off here. And it's going to be a little bit of a squibber. It's going to roll out, and it's actually a pretty good kick. It stayed pretty much on the ground, but it went out to the 20, and I believe it's a kick out of bounds penalty, if I'm not mistaken. So, unfortunately, that means it's not going to be at the 20 for Malone. It's going to be at Malone's 35 when they start their next offensive series. So for Massena, we've seen them do a lot of 2 points this year. This time around, they try to do the extra point. It doesn't go through. We're stuck at 6-6 currently. But we've seen Massena's offense say, hey, we're going to answer. If you guys are going to do something on your side, that, we prefer you not to. But when you do, we're going to answer, which is nice to see.
Now you got me totally convinced. Close game.
It's a boxing match disguised as a football game.
Yes.
You don't see it a whole lot, but when you do, it's a dandy. 11:49 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Again, on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, it is 6-6. Malone and Massena tied right now. Malone has got the ball on their 35. Peck is going to fake the handoff. Here he's going to run to the far side of the field. He's going to try to get some more yards, and he does.
He's a dangerous quarterback. He really is.
He is going to get about, I want to say, 6 or 7 yards on that.
Yep.
Basically, he just faked the handoff and ran towards the far side of the field. Now, the ball was on the far hash as well, so it's not like there's a lot of running room over there.
That's right.
But he found some.
He seems to find a way. Elijah.
2nd and 4, so it was a 6-yard run. Ball's going to be at the Malone 42 on the far hash. If you're wondering, Perry and West are down towards the bottom for Malone. They're going to hand the ball off, though, to number 32 for Malone, and that would be, and I promise I'll get this memorized at some point, Colt Warner.
Yep.
Gain of about 2 yards, according to Tom Miller. We'll go with that number. That's going to make it a 3rd and short here for Malone. 3rd and 1 for the Huskies. Ball's going to be towards that far hash, and it's going to be at the Malone 44. 10 minutes, 32 seconds left to go. Don Despal, Elijah Winfrey on the call for you for WMSA Radio. Deadlock 6-6 right now on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard. Peck is going to be in the pistol. He has clapped his hands. He's got the ball. He's going to hand it off. Ooh! Get in the backfield. Number 71, Jake Lindstad. Number 44, Michael Martinez. And that kid had a first-class ticket to destination nowhere on that play. Fourth down for the Huskies.
Now, Elijah, go for it.
If I'm the Huskies, they're probably going to go for it.
They will.
But let's talk for a moment about how quick. Let's talk for a moment about how quick Michael Martinez and Jake Lindstad were in there on that tackle. He got nothing.
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 It was immediate.
Here we go. Malone Huskies, 4th and 3. They actually lost 2 yards on that last play. 4th and 3 here. Peck in the shotgun. He is going to try to draw somebody off. Now they're all looking at the wrist coaches. It's going to be a change of play here. Let's see what they do.
All right.
They're going to try to draw him off again. Now, again, they're looking at the wrist coaches. And that's going to be a timeout here for Malone. So they were trying to draw him off there on that 4th down play, and we weren't biting enough for them to get those penalty yards. It was close, though. We were a little antsy.
Yeah.
But not enough for the penalty.
Interesting, yeah. So,
okay. Still going to be 4th and 3.
4th and 3, yeah.
And, it's funny because sometimes you line up like that to see how the defense is going to line up. Then you call the timeout to change your play.
Pass.
So
the pass is coming on.
How funny would it be? Because they just took a timeout after they saw what type of defense we were going to be in.
Right.
How funny would it be if Jim Morrill and that defensive staff changed their defense? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. 4th and 3.
That is.
And I'm looking here, and here comes Peck. He comes back out. And I'm looking to see. He is in the pistol.
Pistol?
And he's going to clap his hands. Now he's going to look at his wristband.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do here. They got 9 seconds to snap it. Okay, here comes Perry. He's throwing it out. He's got it. And I should say, back to Perry, and I believe that was a complete catch. It was. That's going to be a 1st down for the Huskies. And on that play, Peck just calm, cool, collected.
You got it. That's what it, yeah.
Rolls out to the far side. He's got his guy there, Perry, his favorite target. First down.
Under pressure, he's good.
So let's see what happens now. First down and 10. 9:15 left to go here in the second quarter of play here on this Hall of Fame day for Massena. Obviously, a bunch of Hall of Famers going into the Hall of Fame last night, getting inducted. We'll talk about that at halftime. Right now, though, it's football. First down and 10 here from the Malone 45. Perry going to fake the handoff. And I should say Peck, as he comes down here, he's going to get bounced out of bounds. And he's going to get another first down for the Huskies on that quarterback run. And to clarify, that was Peck running it, not Perry. I got the two names mixed up there, Don Vespa. It happens sometimes. So Garrett Weir was the one to escort him out of bounds, and they're actually saying second down, but it's going to be second and very, very short. Ball's going to stay on that far hash, though, because they keep running to the numbers there on the far side of the field. So not a whole lot of real estate over there, but they're making it work for Malone. And for the Raiders right now, I'm looking at that defensive line, and we got a lot of hands on hips right now, which means we're getting a little tired down there. 9:08 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Ball's going to be on the Massena 43. They're going to hand it off here, and, a big hit on that play. Darian Coates. He said, hey, you got a first-class ticket to where? Destination nowhere. That's right. 8:56 left to go here in this second quarter of play. Darian Coates with a big hit in the backfield.
No real estate.
Number 32, Colt Warner.
Yeah.
So here we go. Second down and 12 for the Huskies. Ball's going to be on the Massena 45-yard line. Peck's going to be in the pistol. He's got Warner behind him. He's going to fake the handoff to Warner. He's going to try to throw it deep. Oh! And he was trying to get it to Jordan Perry once again, but it was just a little bit short on that one. And that means it's going to be third down and 12 for Malone from the Massena 45-yard line. I do not believe there has been a single pass attempted by Peck to anybody other than Perry today.
Right. No, there hasn't. No, I haven't seen it.
Nope. Just putting that out there for folks. Now, for Malone, they've got their two wide receivers, or two very talented wide receivers towards the bottom of the field right now. Perry's in the slot. West is down low. Peck going to look that way. Going to throw it out wide. Way too far ahead of West there as he tried to get it to him on the slant route. Just too much gas on that throw for Peck.
They go for the, oh boy.
Fourth down and 12.
12 yards to go and probably, yeah, I think they will. Dude.
Fourth down and 12 from the Massena 45-yard line. Ball on the far hash.
At that spot of the ball, yeah, go for it.
Normally, I would say if it's on the far hash, they might not run to the far side because there's not a lot of real estate, but it seems like nobody pays attention to that rule anymore. So, we got Perry in the slot towards the bottom of the field near the near hash. Peck's going to look that way, going to pump, going to throw it deep. He's got Peck down there, and it's going to get broken out by Garrett Weir. A heck of a defense there by Garrett Weir.
Amazing.
Whee!
Amazing defensive play, Elijah, with Garrett Weir. Wow.
Sometimes it helps to have your wide receivers play defensive back.
I couldn't ask for a better defensive play than that. Wow.
Like I said, sometimes it helps to have your wide receivers play defensive back because they know what you're going to try to do because they normally try to do it.
That makes sense, absolutely.
Garrett Weir went up there. He went top floor, top shelf.
That would have been definitely a catch. Hadn't he? Oh, what a play.
He just put his body between Perry and the ball.
Yep.
So here we go. I don't know. I don't think Weir's going to get a break. He's back out there on offense after that great defensive play.
Yeah.
And Massena now takes over from the Massena 45-yard line. Eastwood going to hand it off to King. King coming downhill, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Gain of 4 yards, but let's see what the flag is.
Yep.
By the way, if you're just joining us, 8:09 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Score is deadlocked at 6 apiece on the Blevin Seaway Motor scoreboard. Malone 6, Massena 6. Massena with the ball right now after a second consecutive series of holding Malone to 4-0. That's 2 in a row they've been able to do that on. No punts for Malone today. They'll just go for it. Doesn't matter the yardage. They'll go for it. So that's going to be a penalty against Massena. So that's going to back us up a little bit, unfortunately. Holding against Massena. So negate that 4-yard run and now make it a 1st down and 15 for Massena. Ball's going to be on the Massena 39-yard line. Eastwood in the pistol. Carter King behind him. They're going to put Weir in motion. Eastwood going to look deep. He's going to throw it out deep. He's got Tepani LeBreak down there, but too far on that throw. That's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tepani LeBreak on the sideline, and it just was too far on that play.
Has to make, yeah.
So, 2nd down and 15. Here we come for the Massena Raiders. 7:49 left to go here in this second quarter of play. Don Despal, Elijah Winfrey on the call for you for WMSA Radio. 11 Seaway Motor scoreboard. It is 6-6 right now. Ball for Massena near the far hash of the field. It's at the 39 of Massena. Here comes 2nd and 15. Eastwood in the shotgun with Carter King by his side. Eastwood going to roll to the near side of the field. Pumps once, throws it, picked off by Jordan Perry. Jordan Perry for the Huskies. Going to the 40, down to the 30. Eastwood going to tackle the man who intercepted him. And that is going to be the first interception of the season for Connor Eastwood, unfortunately.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And he's picked off by Jordan Perry. What did I say just a few moments ago?
Jordan Perry.
Sometimes it's good to have your receivers play defense. Malone does it, too.
They know what's going to go. Yeah, exactly.
So after the run back, Malone's going to have the ball at the Massena 29-yard line. Ball's going to be on the far hash. I'm looking here, and Peck is going to be in that shotgun formation. He's got Warner by his side. He's going to put a man in motion. Peck's got it. He's going to let it ride. Now he's going to run. He's going to get a few yards there before he's tackled by number 4, Benham, for Massena.
Yeah.
And Garrett Weir on that tackle as well.
Weir's everywhere, you know.
So 2nd and 5 here for Malone coming up from deep in Massena territory. In fact, this next play for Malone's going to be at the Massena 24-yard line, ball on the far hash. If you're wondering where are the two bad men for Malone, you got Perry in the slot, and you got West down here towards the numbers on the near side of the field. Peck is going to look at his wrist coach, so are the other players from Malone.
Yeah.
Peck has got it. He's going to throw it out wide. It's going to get deflected, almost intercepted, and that is Darian Coates saying, don't throw it my way, bad things happen. That's right. So here we go, 2nd and 5.
Right, good play.
We're going to make it 3rd and 5 after the pass deflection by Darian Coates. So here we go, 3rd and 5. 6 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of play. On the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, we're tied 6-6.
Great game, Elijah. Oh, my goodness.
If you're wondering where those receivers are on 3rd and 5, they're to the top of the field for Malone. Peck going to clap his hands. He's got the ball. He's going to fake it to Warner. He's going to run it himself. He ain't going nowhere on this play as he gets hit hard by Benham and Michael Martinez and Garrett Weir. Destination nowhere. 4th down. We've seen this before.
I've seen this defense. Kudos, man. They're playing great. Wow.
4th down and 7 after a loss of 3 yards there for Peck and Malone.
Yep.
And for Massena, as they dig their heels in, they are hoping that they can once again stop them on a 4th and out opportunity. We'll see here, though. 4th and 7, ball on the far hash. Peck in the shotgun, claps his hands. He's dropping back to throw. Gage Charleston with the blitz. And I'm looking, and there goes Warner. He's going to bounce inside, and he's definitely got the first down. He's inside the 5-yard line of Massena. Warner, the running back on that play.
When you think they can't get it done, what happens? They get it done. Seen that several times from the Huskies.
Magic Man Logan Peck.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to give him a nickname, but he's earned it.
You got that.
5:51 left to go here in this second quarter of play. On the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, it is 6-6 right now, deadlocked, with 5:51 left to go here in this second quarter. 1st and 10, this play will come from the 10-yard line of Massena. And as I'm looking here, it looks like Perry's going to be in the slot towards the top side of the field. West's going to be on the sideline towards the top side of the field. Peck is going to fake the handoff and run that way. He's going to throw it out there to West. West going to try to make some people miss. Ooh, he got hit pretty hard there by a bunch of Raiders. Looks like Michael Martinez was the one to finally get the guy on the ground. Not much of a gain on that play, I would say. So it's going to be 2nd down, I want to say, and 9. They could get a 1st down at the 1, but chances are they want a touchdown. 2nd down and 10, so actually a gain of nothing on that. So let's see what we got here. As I'm looking, ball's going to be on the far hash on the 10-yard line of Massena. Again, right now, deadlock 6-6 apiece in this second quarter of play. Peck is in the shotgun formation. He's got it. He's going to give it to Warner. Warner coming downhill, going to get hit hard by Carter King and Michael Martinez. He did pick up yards. How many did you say, Donnie?
3 or 4 yards? 4? I'm thinking 4, maybe.
So we'll see. 3rd down and 5. So we gained 5. You were close, though. Yeah. 5-yard gain on that run there by Warner. Warner's going to stay out there at running back for Malone. 4:40 left to go here in this second quarter of play. I think it's safe to say people were not expecting it to go down like this. 6-6. That is the score right now. Malone with the ball at the Massena 8-yard line, I want to say. Peck's going to clap his hands. He's going to roll to the far side of the field. Going to look to throw. Now he's going to dance around a little bit. We got Brandon Barnes trying to chase him down. He's running now to the near side of the field. He's going to throw it up. He's got his guy. Peck's down. Magic Man, Logan Peck, to Jordan Perry once again. When you're hot, you're hot. I think Jerry Reed used to say that.
It looked like it was
4-12.
They'll get him this time, and guess what? Like you said. Okay.
Logan Peck just running around. The play's never over.
No.
There is a player down for Massena, unfortunately. Let me just write down these stats here. 4:12 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Peck to Perry again for the touchdown. That's going to put the Huskies up 12-6. And we'll see what happens when they resume play here, Don Despaw. But again, Logan Peck to Jordan Perry. And I will say the Massena player is up and walking towards the sideline. That is Jake Lindstad. That is the second time today Jake Lindstad has gotten himself up off the turf, and hopefully he's okay.
He's going to be, 6'3"?
He's a tall kid.
He is very tall.
And as we heard in the pregame show, he's like the heart and soul of this team.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. Yes.
That's what Coach Zappia told us. So let's see what happens here for this, I'm assuming, 2-point conversion attempt for Malone. And again, it's the way that this kid keeps the play alive.
I'm thinking okay, I don't know.
You think it's over, and then it's not over.
I know.
So
I thought they had him for sure. But
so Peck is in the shotgun. He's got his 2 talented receivers to the top side of the field. They're going to hand it off, though, to Warner. Warner going to get dragged down by number 51, Brandon Barnes, on that play. And we needed that. We needed that for sure, because that keeps it to a 1-touchdown game, 12-6, and Massena's going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
How impressed have you been today with that Malone offense, Donnie Despaw?
Very impressed. Very impressed. He's got the Perry, the wide receiver, and Peck is just, the Magic Man, yes. It seems like the play's over. I mean, it's ridiculous. He goes back 10, 15 yards, and okay, they'll get him now. No, he just, I don't know. He knows where to run, and he's got enough speed to get away with it. And then he can pass the ball pretty well, too. So
what's interesting is that both Eastwood and Peck play baseball. They both play baseball. So, these are 2 kids who have gone to battle against one another, I'd imagine, for their entire high school career.
Yes.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know.
By the way, if you're looking for, vitals, Peck is 5'10", Eastwood is 6'1". So here we go. Malone's going to kick it off to Massena. Back deep for Massena is LeBrake and Weir. Can Massena answer? Here comes Malone. They are getting ready to kick this off here. Here comes the kick. It's a short kick. Mena's an onside kick, but Massena gets it. Number 22 for Massena. And let's see who saved our bacon on that play. It was number 22 for Massena, and that would be, as we're looking here,
Parker O'Neill.
Parker O'Neill. Thank you very much, Mr. O'Neill, for keeping your thinking cap on, because that could have been very bad.
Yeah.
But Parker O'Neill saw
Everybody contributes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got to the ground. That's what you want to do. So for Massena, great field position here for this Massena offense. 4:12 left to go here in the second quarter of play on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard. It is Malone right now with a 12-6 lead. We've seen Logan Peck do battle. Let's see what our guys got. Connor Eastwood and this red-hot Massena offense, for the last couple weeks, they have been red-hot. And they're going to call a timeout to start this draft.
Number 20, Jace Cargo? Is it JC? Or Jace? Jace Cargo not playing today. Okay.
But for Massena, the last couple weeks, they have been red-hot on offense. They came out, they put up 24 against Saranac Lake. Then they went and they put 41 up against Potsdam, 43 up against Sable Valley last week. They've got the ability to score and score quick.
Yes, they've had so far. By far, yeah.
It's a boxing match disguised as a football.
And I didn't think it would be a couple days ago,
And I think a lot of people here are very anxious right now.
Including me.
Here at the state. I mean, legitimately.
No, they are.
We would open the window, but it's quiet.
Yeah.
It is so, and obviously.
I noticed that. There's not a lot of.
Obviously, you want to be quiet when your offense is out there.
Some people are surprised.
But even on defense, it is eerily quiet here at Mike Nicholas Field.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 for Massena.
That will change.
Give them something to cheer about. Eastwood in the pistol. Carter King behind him. He's going to hand it off to Carter King. Carter King coming downhill. We're in Malone territory now. That ball's going to get to the 49 on about a 5-yard gain, I want to call it.
He's always going to gain yards when he gets the ball. Pretty much.
Coach Daffia said he always tells that offensive line, just get them 1 yard and he will get you more.
Yes. Yep, very true. Yep.
2nd down here and 7, so it was a 3-yard gain, but we are at the 49 of Malone. Checking the time, 3:43 left to go here in the second quarter play. Massena down 12-6 on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard. Eastwood in the pistol with Carter King behind him. He is going to drop back to throw. Eastwood got a little pressure, throwing it out wide. Got his man. Defending the break. Making people miss. Here we go. Down to the 30. And now he's going to continue to make people miss down to the Malone 25. Big play Raiders.
Oh, wow.
To Penny LeBrake.
What a fake that was. He faked it. I'm looking for 32 on Malone. That was
32 on Malone, but rather you didn't.
Cole Warner.
Cole Warner, he got up and said, what was that I just tried to catch him? My goodness.
Yeah.
That was a great throw, a great yards after catch opportunity for Tepani LeBrake. Here we go. They're running up. 1st down and 10 from the 25. They're going to give it to Weir. Weir coming to the near side of the field. Turning on the gas. Here we go. Down to the 12-yard line. Garrett Weir with a big catch, because that counts as a catch. A gain of 14. 1st down Raiders. Here we go. 3 minutes and 1 second left. Clock's going to roll. 1st down and 10 for Massena. Next play is going to come from the Malone Husky 13, we'll call it. Ball on the near hash. Eastwood in the pistol. He's got it. He's going to fake the handoff to Carter King. Going to throw it out to Garrett Weir. Garrett Weir going to try to make some people miss, and he's going to get near the goal line, but not in.
2-yard line, maybe 3-yard line.
And Massena saying, hey, you like to go fast? We like to go fast, too. They have not been really huddling on this. They will now. But it's going to be a 2nd and 1 for Massena. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash. We are very, very close to that goal line. Eastwood in the pistol. Carter King behind him. He's got it. He's going to hand it off to Carter King. Carter King, touchdown Raiders! And that is touchdown number 2.
Wow, number 2 for Carter King.
2:37 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Carter King with a second rushing touchdown. That's going to make it 12-12. Now let's see what we do. It looks like Eastwood's running back out there for a 2-point play. This might be very, very important later on in this game. Let's see if we can get this right here. This 2-point conversion.
Oh, yeah.
Eastwood in the shotgun. He's got King by his side. He is going to roll out to the near side of the field. Going to throw it. He's got his man. That is a 2-point conversion to Garrett Weir. 2 points to Garrett Weir.
Wow.
14-12. That is your score right now.
Yep.
I say it again. Anything you can do, we can do better.
Yeah.
This is that boxing match I've been hyping up for 3 months. It's right here. And it was free to get into.
Massena got the lead for the first time in the game.
14-12. You're right on that spot. But hey, this is
what a pass and catch. That was
and Eastwood showed his mobility there. We don't talk about that a ton because he's more your pocket passer.
He had good protection too for the offensive line.
He certainly did. But hey, this is that boxing match disguised as a football game, and it was free to get into. No pay-per-view here.
You know what? That you mentioned, that's a great point, Elijah, with the free. Where else can you go and just watch a great game like this and it costs you nothing? Unless you want a healthy hot dog and some chips or something.
Right.
You know, so.
Hall of Fame weekend. Here we go. Dominic Murtaugh getting ready to kick it off to the Huskies. Here comes the kick. It's a little bit of a shorter kick, going to bounce, and it's going to go back down towards the end zone. They're going to field it? Why are they fielding it? Okay, here we go. Massena hitting them hard, and oh my goodness. I think Dobson thought this was my moment, and then Massena said, not today. He fielded that ball at the 15, at his own 15, and then tried to outrun the Raiders, and that's never a winning combination. And now for Malone's offense, they're going to start with the ball in their own 5-yard line after all of that.
You know probably what's going to happen. Massena's going to try to...
I promise you that Malone coach is in his ear right now saying, why did you do that?
Yes.
Just let it go out of bounds. But he thought it was his moment. But
Hornets enjoying the game, too.
That's right. We got a Hornets nest up here in front of us. 2:32 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Ball on the 5-yard line. Peck in the pistol. He's going to clap his hands. He's going to hand it off, I believe, to Warner. Warner's going nowhere. A big hit there by number 54, Darian Coates. Number 71, Jake Lindstad in on that tackle as well. Loss of about 2 yards there. 2nd and 12 from deep in their own end zone are the Huskies. On the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, 2:08 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Massena up 14-12 in what has been a very back-and-forth affair here at Mike Nicholas Field for this Hall of Fame day. 1:55 left to go here in this second quarter of play. 2nd and 12 here. Ball in the middle of the field at the, I want to say, 7 of Malone. Peck going to clap his hands. He's going to run it himself. He's going to get some yards and then get taken down by Michael Martinez and number 54, Darian Coates, getting up.
Martinez.
Yep. 1:27. It's 3rd and 12. Malone just trying to get some distance at this point between themselves and their own goal line, and it's not going very well.
Not giving them any. No.
So we are going to have 3rd and 12 here. You got to be careful if you're Malone. If you're Massena, you don't want them to be careful. You want them to try something silly, right? Maybe you can get a pick six out of this.
Yeah.
Or a tackle in the end zone for a safety.
We're looking at 3rd down.
3rd down and 12. 50 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of play. Peck is in the pistol. Here comes a timeout, Malone.
I'm not afraid to take timeouts either, Elijah Malone. They've taken, what, 3 the game so far? 3 or 4? 3, I believe.
I believe that's their last one that they had available to them.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that, though.
Per half, you get what? 4?
3.
You get 3. So I
I wish we got 4. That'd be nice.
No, that's the third one, I believe. Yeah.
3rd down and 12. When we come back to regular play here, again, the ball is going to be at, I want to say, the 7-yard line of Malone. So, again, Malone's got to be careful here. I know that they got a quarterback with, a really good arm. They got good weapons. But I don't know how much you want to try that right now. You might see a run up the middle just to get them a little bit extra room and a punt, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try anything, too spectacular there. 46 seconds, and they don't want to pick 6 or anything like that going on. So they'll probably just run the clock out, try to, 46 seconds. Still get the ball back.
Yeah, they definitely could. 46 seconds left to go here in this second quarter of play. And I'm looking to see here what Malone decides to do. Their offense slowly coming back out onto the field here. They have got Perry and West up top. Nobody's covering West right now. Eastwood's going to run out there. They're going to try to run the ball with Peck. Peck going to get hit hard. And I believe there's going to be a timeout here by Massena with 38 seconds left. Now, I just want to point out to you, Don Despal, on that last play, West was up at the numbers on the far side of the field, and nobody was over there covering him.
I saw that.
He was waving his hand saying, snap it, I can run.
Yep.
But they didn't see him in time. So that means we got a 4th and 11 here, and Massena with an opportunity to get the ball back with some time on the clock. Not a whole lot of time, but enough time to do something. 38 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of play. On the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, it is Massena with the lead, 14-12. It's been a very back-and-forth affair, but right now Massena's defense is up for the task because they have really crushed the spirit of Malone here on this drive. Malone 4th and 11 from their own 5.
A momentum shift, the second half of that second quarter. Kind of a momentum shift, I believe. Massena's starting to settle down a little bit, starting to get in their groove, you might say,
I certainly would agree with that, my friend.
Yep.
So Garrett Weir's going to be back here for what we assume is going to be a punt. Now, the heels of the punter is going to be clearly in the end zone. So for Massena, they're going to get some people up there, and they are going punt safe just in case any craziness happens. But let's see. Here comes the snap. Oh! He's going to fumble it, and it's going to be a safety for Massena. A safety makes it 16-12. The punter went up to get it. It slipped through his hands, and he just fell on it in the end zone. A safety for Massena.
I don't like that. Nope.
So now Malone's got to still punt it to Massena, but from a different distance.
Yeah.
36 seconds, a safety, and that makes it 16-12, Massena over Malone. And Massena's going to get the ball back. As I just said, Malone's got to kick it to us now. So they're going to be kicking off from the 20-yard line.
Massena's got one timeout left, I believe.
I'm not sure. Our scoreboard doesn't show us that, so I don't know.
They might have one if they've got any,
I do know, though, we got some playmakers on offense.
Yeah,
so I do not expect us to just run it and get out of here. I think they're going to try to do something.
Oh, I do too, yeah.
But Malone's going to be kicking it from the 20 after that safety. And again, if you're just joining us on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, it is Massena 16, Malone 12 with 36 seconds left to go in this first half of play. And let's see what Malone does here. They got to kick it. We know that for sure. But how good is their kick coverage, I wonder? Let's see. Especially in this situation, because this is not a normal kick it off a tee. Here we go. Here comes the kick. It's a good kick. It's going to bounce there at the 47. Going to get picked up by Topani LeBrake. LeBrake running right up the middle, and he's going to get hit at the 40 of the Huskies. So, Massena is going to have 32 seconds. 32 seconds, 1st and 10 from the Malone 38-yard line is what I'm being told. So I think you could have a couple throws to the end zone. I think your whole playbook is really open to you if you're Massena.
Outside east-west.
Outside of running the ball. I don't think running the ball is what you want to do here, but we'll see. So Eastwood going to address the troops. Ball's going to be at the 41.
Zone time, I think.
41 of Malone. Donnie, that's why I'm saying throw a deep one. Let's see what happens here. Eastwood in the pistol, going to drop back, look to throw. He's going to throw it out wide to LeBrake. LeBrake has got it. He's running to the 20. Now out to the far side of the field, down to the 10. 5, touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! Eastwood to LeBrake. There it is.
That was beautiful. Wow.
With 20 seconds left.
He had some open field there, and he just went from there. Yep.
Eastwood to LeBrake, a 41-yard touchdown pass.
What a way to end it. Well, it's not over yet, but close.
That's going to make it 22-12 with this extra point coming. Mason DeShane is back there to kick this extra point. Come on, Mason, put it through the... Oh, it's not going to get there. Eastwood is going to have to pick it up and try to do something with it. He's going to throw it back to the far side of the field. It falls harmlessly to the turf. 22-12. That is your score right now in this game.
Wow, that was a touchdown. Yeah.
Donnie, you got to get me some lottery numbers tonight because every time this season you called for a touchdown, it's happened.
I just had a feeling something was going to happen, and he had some open field. And rake, and what did he do? He gets to have his steam, and he's in. Good speed.
Okay. All right. So it looks like we will have an interview at halftime. We'll work that in. 20 seconds left to go here in this second quarter of play. Don Despal will be going over some of the other folks who have gotten into the Hall of Fame, and we will have a Hall of Famer joining us on the broadcast during halftime. 20 seconds left to go here in this second quarter of play. 22-12, that is where we are right now. Massena is ready for the kick. Malone having some last-minute adjustments here that they want to go over. And for Malone, I mean, this has got to be a weird situation for them because just a few seconds ago, they were making us all nervous. And then Massena had a couple things go their way, which they earned it, but they had a couple things go their way.
Massena going to halftime, great momentum.
I think so. So here comes Murtaugh. He's going to kick it. Kick is going to go back deep. Oh, he was not able to catch it. He's got to backtrack to the 15, and he's down there. 16 seconds left. Almost disaster again for the Huskies. Their return man, he tried to return it without the football secured. It bounced off his shoulders. He had to backtrack a little bit to get it. That was a rough one.
That was. Yeah, anything can happen in this game. 16 seconds like an eternity.
16 seconds. Yeah, you know what? I agree with you, Donnie. I agree with you. 16 seconds feels like an eternity.
We've seen so much in this first half. My goodness.
For Malone, it's been a little bit since they've been on offense in an area that wasn't their own end zone. Yep. So I think they're just going to knee it here and go to halftime. In fact, I believe that is exactly what they're going to do. They're saying, let us get to halftime. It's still a close game. For Massena, though, they're feeling very, very good about themselves. And right now, we got 2 seconds, down to 1 second, down to no seconds. On the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, it is 22-12. Massena with the lead as we go to halftime. Now, because it is Hall of Fame weekend, we are not going to play a song. I am actually going to turn this broadcast over to Don Despaw for some of the folks that went into the Hall of Fame last night. So, Donnie, go ahead.
All right, of course. And, I talk about a great hockey player. I remember this team from around 73, 74. But Laurie Knuff, was a great defenseman for the Massena Red Raiders. His 4-year scoring totals include 1 goal, 5 assists, freshman, and 6 goals, 11 assists as a sophomore, 5 goals, 11 assists as a junior, and 7 goals and 12 assists as a senior. Accumulated 19 goals. He was tough in the corners, very tough defenseman, very smart defenseman. And he played on 4 consecutive league championship teams, was named first-team defenseman for 3 years, played on 2 consecutive New York State championship teams in 73, 74. If you ask anybody, man, that team was just loaded. That is just some amazing hockey teams back in those days. That team was also ranked third in the nation that year. Third in the whole country. You know, as a member of the 75 team, he was named the team captain and went 16-4 and was named New York State champions, Massena Red Raiders. In addition, Lori Knupp played varsity soccer that year in goal as well. So not just hockey. His skill was resulted in the first team selection in all Northern soccer that year as well. So congratulations, Lori Knupp, 1971 to 75.
So again, that's Lori Knupp going into the Hall of Fame last night. Don Despaw, who do we have next?
And Aaron Francis, 2013. Aaron was a 3-sport athlete for the Lady Raiders. Finished her career receiving the Massena Central School Female Athlete of the Year Award and was a member of the girls' soccer, basketball, and lacrosse teams, and earned her the Massena High School Letter M Award. Outstanding from the 2010 to 13. She was captain in 2012 and 13. During her career, she was honored the following awards: Watertown Savings Bank Athlete of the Week, Section 10 First Team awards, and all Northern Girls Lacrosse 2010-13, Section 10 Girls Lacrosse MVP in 2013, Massena Central Girls Lacrosse Offensive MVP 2012 and 13, and Massena Lacrosse all-time points leader for boys and girls with 493 total career points. Amazing. Aaron led Massena to the Section 10 championship in 2010 and through the 13. And he also played basketball and soccer and was a captain of both teams. So congratulations goes out to Aaron Francis.
Last night.
Yep.
We're going to keep it rolling here. Who's next?
And Kaylee Zappia. That happens to be the sister of Coach Zappia. Yeah, isn't that something? So, Kaylee, congratulations. 2013. Kaylee was a 3-sport athlete for the Massena Red Raiders. Finished her career receiving the 2013 Massena Central High School Athlete of the Year Award and was a member of the girls' soccer, basketball, softball, I'm not done yet, and track teams while at Massena Central, and was a recipient, again, of the Letter M Award. She led the Lady Raiders soccer team throughout 2012 and 13, was captain as well. And during her career on the team, she was awarded several awards. And in the spring, Kaylee was a member of the Lady Raiders softball team, okay, as well, and was the 2013 team captain and awarded first team All-NAC in 2013, along with the NAC Sportsmanship Award. So, wow. And between the years 2009 and 2011, she was a member of the girls' basketball team, and in 2012 through 2013, she was a member of the girls' track team. So very active, a great athlete. And in her senior year was awarded the Mike Hazelton Scholarship Award. So congratulations goes out to Kaylee Zappia.
And we'll go a little bit quicker with these last two, only because these are teams that are actually going in. And we actually are going to be interviewing this next gentleman.
Yeah, I think I'm going to let Jeffrey speak for himself when he comes up.
Okay, all right.
So we'll do that. And, yeah, the teams, Elijah, the Massena 2004 volleyball team. If you think volleyball is easy, folks, try it sometime. It's not, and especially at this level, it's not. 2004 volleyball team, they enjoyed a successful season, finishing with a 16-3 overall record And the team ended the 2004 season with an overall record of 16 wins, 3 losses, tri-team champions of Section 10, and second place overall in Section 10 champions. The team had many awards, including all academic, going to Marcy Lannis, Alexa Sterzolka, and also Katie Troutman. First team All-Northern, Tracy Cook. Marcy Lannis. Second team All-Northern to Mallory Truax. And Sportsman Award to Marcy Lannis. And Coaches Award to Mallory Truax and Marcy Lannis. Welcome to 2004 Massena Red Raider volleyball team to the Massena Hall of Fame. So, congratulations.
Don Desplat is going to lead this next interview. We have actually a Hall of Famer who I hear Donnie Desplat knows quite well. P. Jeffrey Slack is going to join us here at the booth.
Hey, Jeff, come on in.
No, thank you.
And if you give the people some rundown on just quickly, like where it all started.
Oh, I started coaching in Queensbury High School in 1973.
Oh my God!
Came to Massena in fall '74. Yep. Basically, I coached 89 seasons, 43 years,
89.
Yeah, over 1,200 contests and 14.
Wow.
100 athletes.
Yeah.
So, longevity, I guess.
Yeah. So when did it all happen for you here at Massena?
Well, the winter of 1974, when I was interviewing driver ed teacher,
right?
The superintendent says, if I thought you could coach swimming, I'd hire you. I looked right at him and said, I can coach swimming. Then I went and bought a book.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. But the swim team was very successful. I didn't hurt them at all.
We had some great swim teams in the past.
3 straight years without a loss. And then I just branched into, I've always wanted to coach football and got a little bit of that.
Right.
Some soccer.
Right.
And started a lacrosse program for the boys in '75.
Right.
And then I started the girls in 2008 when I retired.
2008 retired. Yeah. So are you involved with any sport? I mean, I know you still love sports, obviously, but are you involved with anything sports-wise these days since your retirement? Or golf?
Golf. I'm trying to get your handicap down.
Yeah, you certainly deserve it. You had it's just such a, it's an honor and congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
In my speech last night, I named 39 different coaches that I had worked with. 39
Now, how many different sports?
I coached freshman football, JV football, varsity football, modified girls soccer,
right?
Varsity boys soccer, JV boys soccer, swimming, lacrosse. I even coached one hockey game for my brother-in-law, Tim. He couldn't make it, and Martha sent me. And
Tim, yeah.
So,
oh my God, Jeff, that's amazing. Wow. So, well, again, congratulations, and it's great to have you up there. Anything you'd like to say to the folks in Massena?
It's great to represent the town,
Absolutely.
city, the village. The fans are always great. We get a good turnout. We get good support because you can't run a program without the.
You got to have the support. That's right. Now, but where do you make your home now? You live in.
We live right behind the JV soccer field.
See, you got it made.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You stay in Massena. Yes. So good.
Travel in the winter.
Right. Okay.
So Jeff, I'm Elijah. Nice to meet you. I figured we'd team you up with Donnie because Donnie knows you quite well.
Somewhat. I remember. Lori did not remember that great hockey teams back in the early '70s. I'm not giving away my age.
So you're a Hall of Famer. You just said you coached some football. What do you think about the game going on today? And what's your opinion of the support that you're seeing from this Massena crowd?
This is a great crowd. It's not every day you see our bleachers filled.
I know.
The team's having great success. I love the fact that we've got some homegrown kids that are coaching and following in their parents' footsteps. We had a little bit of a rocky start there. I think Malone did some things we weren't prepared for on defense, but we seem to have buttoned that up, and we're moving the ball. We're running hard, and the passing game is open.
I'm impressed with the talent of Massena, both sides of the ball, defense, offense. Great camaraderie within the team. I think it's a special year. It was a special year last year for the Raiders this year, too. Well, we lost 17 games.
Yes, I know.
Last year, so
rebuilding is never easy.
Never easy. No, absolutely.
And that just goes to tell you to modify your JV programs. They're working in.
Yeah, that's where it starts, right? Yep.
So, Jeff, obviously you had a long career here at Massena Central. I know that during that Hall of Fame speech, I'm sure you thanked some folks during that speech. Who would you say are your biggest supporters, and what do you attribute your success to? And as you enter the Hall of Fame.
Boy, I don't know. That's well, my wife is the athletic director for 30 of those 30 games.
Smart.
She's a great cook, so yeah. Well, I had support from all the coaches that I worked with.
Yeah.
When I was a varsity coach, my lower coaches were great, and when I was a freshman coach, going up the line with the JV and the varsity, what do you want us to do, and how do you want it done, and those are the lot of it. Yeah. We had a football staff at one time here, which took all 3 teams, there were 14 of us. Mm-hmm. So all those things are going to be working on the same tone, and I think we did it pretty well.
If folks want to congratulate you, obviously you said you're kind of an expert in golf now. If folks want to get a hold of you on the golf course just to say, hey, congratulations, maybe they didn't get a chance to at the ceremony last night, how do they get a hold of you these days?
11:30 tee time tomorrow. I knew you were going to say that. I knew that.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for spending this.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for doing these broadcasts. You know how much this means for people who can't get here.
I know.
And you can bet your life at the fire station they're listening, in the police station, in the nursing.
That's right.
And everyone. That's right. Thank you so much for the service.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
And that, of course, is Jeffrey Slack, another Hall of Famer going in last night during the Hall of Fame ceremony, the 33rd annual, by the way, Hall of Fame ceremony. Right now, it is 4:53, and John Despaw, let's go over the scores. But before we do the scores, let's go over the sponsors who make it possible for us to be out here. I try to be. I certainly try to be. Donnie, who are we thanking?
Seacom Federal Credit Union, locations in Massena, Potsdam, Canton, Malone, Ogdensburg, Plattsburgh, Watertown, South Burlington, and Essex, Vermont. You can check them out online at seacom.org and mobile on your smartphone. Massena Drug-Free Community Coalition, developing plans and strategies that will reduce and prevent substance misuse among youth and adults in our community. And also MX Fuels, 22 Center Street of Massena, providing quality fuels at great prices here in Northern New York and great service as well. We thank them.
All right, so we definitely want to thank those sponsors. Again, I want to thank Donnie. Donnie, great job in that interview, by the way, my friend. Donnie had no idea he was going to be doing an interview. And then I said, you know what, Donnie knows this gentleman, so let him talk to him a little bit. And then that way I can learn. So I'm not having to learn on the fly.
Well, listen, I don't know about that. From you two.
Hey, so let's talk about how we got to this score. Right now it is 22-12 Massena with the lead. In the first quarter, with 9:29 left to go, we saw Logan Peck. I've been calling him Magic Man all game long because that's what he looks like when he's out there. He kind of danced around a little bit, and he found his guy, Jordan Perry, for a touchdown. Malone up 6-0. That's what a lot of people were saying here at Mike Nicholas Field, myself included. Then with 11:52 left to go, in the second quarter of play, it took a little while for Massena's offense to get going because they were hardly on the field. They only had one possession, I think, in that first quarter of play.
Yeah.
But then second quarter gets going. They get the ball back, and here we go. Carter King with a rushing touchdown. That makes it 6-6. Then, with 4:12 left to go in the second quarter of play, Logan Peck to Jordan Perry again, 12-6. So, again, Malone up 12-6 over Massena. Then with 2:37 left to go in the second quarter, Carter King with a rushing touchdown. That would make it 12-12. Then Garrett Weir caught the two-point conversion from Connor Eastwood. That would make it 14-12. Massena now takes the lead.
Yeah, they started getting the momentum going.
36 seconds left to go. It was fourth down. Malone was backed up in their own end zone. Their punter tries to catch the snap, doesn't quite catch it, falls on it in the end zone. It's a safety.
Right.
Massena now up 16-12. We get the ball back. 20 seconds left second quarter. Connor Eastwood throws it out to Tepany LeBrake. Remember Tepany LeBrake? I've been telling you all season he would eventually get that big play moment, that highlight moment. Here it was. 41 yards. He rumbles to the end zone, and that's where we are right now, 22-12 over the Malone Huskies. Now, I want to point out to Don Despaw and the folks listening on the radio, for Malone, their last 2 possessions were inside their own 20. And our defense didn't let them get much further than that.
Right.
So credit to Massena's defense for taking advantage of that advantage, but don't think it's over yet. Because if Malone gets better field advantage than their own 20, they might actually be able to do something with it.
Right.
But when you're down that close to your own end zone, your options are limited.
Yeah.
So for Malone, I don't think they're out of this thing yet.
Pressure of that. Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think they're out of this thing yet. And I think for Massena, you got to keep your foot on the gas. Because Massena can win this game.
Right.
Massena can win this game. They're up right now, 22-12.
I think Coach Zappi is probably going to tell them that.
Governor 52, Ogdensburg 8. Okay, so that is an out-of-town scoreboard for you. Again, Governor 52, Ogdensburg 8 as
52-8.
Governor's given up, I think, all of 20 points this season. Now, for Massena, they don't play Governor until a few weeks from now.
Right.
They've got this game against Malone. Then they got the 55th downtown showdown up in Brazier Falls. And then after that, we get Governor.
Or not Malone, but OFA has a lot of injuries like this.
That's what I've been told.
But
I've been told,
surprised by that.
I've been told Ogdensburg's got a lot of injuries, but I also know that Governor hits like they're a Southern Georgia team. So that'll be interesting a few weeks from now. But right now, we're focused on Malone because this thing ain't over. You know, last week you and I were talking about at what point do we put in the subs because Massena was up 30-0.
I know.
That's not the situation right now. Massena's got the lead, 22-12. Sky isn't falling, but the game ain't over yet, folks. I guarantee you the fireworks are not over yet on Hall of Fame weekend. So we'll see what happens here. Both teams are stretching right now. Don Despaw, do you agree with me that you think this is not over yet?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think Massena, Coach Zappi is going to tell them, no, we're still got to, don't, make mistakes, obviously, get too confident. Put the foot on the gas, like you said. Be just aggressive enough to not. Yeah. So, but it's still competitive. Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to reiterate what I've said so many times before. I feel like this is a matchup between two of the best quarterbacks in the section. And they do it very differently. You know, I was saying earlier in the week with Eastwood, it's that expert level ball placement. I know he had an interception earlier, but that's not like him. It was actually his first interception of the year. But he's got expert level ball placement, so those risky throws are not really risky for our team, whereas they would be risky for everybody else. He's got guts when he sits back there. He's not worried about somebody getting in his face. He's going to throw the ball where he wants to throw it, regardless of what the defense is doing.
Right.
And then when you switch to the other side of the field, Logan Peck, he's just going to keep the play alive until somebody comes open. And it reminds me a lot of, the big fellas in basketball when they go up for a rebound. That's what I feel like those Malone receivers are doing.
Yeah.
Because they get open and then they say 50-50 ball, that's my ball.
Right.
And so it's been interesting because last season when these two teams played, and I don't mean this as an insult to last year's team, but last year when these two teams played, I don't think our passing attack was as developed as it is this year. I think it was starting to get there. But for the most part, teams facing Massena knew, okay, where's Deshaun Walton, number 5?
Eastwood's had another year, too, so, yeah.
And so has all these other kids in the offensive line.
That's right.
And I think this year it's harder to stop Massena because they do have so many weapons that they can go to. You said it best a couple of weeks ago. If Carter King's not getting a bunch of yards, okay, that's fine. We'll throw it to the outside.
They've got so many players that are so talented in this club, And I think I got to give credit to Coach Zappi and the rest of the coaching staff. They're a big part of it.
Of course, yeah.
Giving this team the way they just camaraderie. I said it again. It's just they seem to be tight-knit like it together.
I agree, my friend.
So
So we are actually almost done with halftime, believe it or not. Wow. We didn't even play a song this time around. That'll make it easier for me to edit. And yes, congrats to all of our Hall of Famers again. Yep. And just to recap that, I believe it is the 2004 volleyball team, 2006 volleyball team, Lori Knopf, P. Jeffrey Slack, Kaylee Zappia, and Aaron Francis. Those are your Hall of Famers once again. They're hoping for a victory here on Hall of Fame Day. Right now, Massena with the 22-12 lead. And, again, I want to thank Don Despaw for reading out all those Hall of Famers. I thought that was awesome during halftime and doing that interview with Mr. Slack. I thought that was really well. So I want to thank Don Despaw for all he does here on these Raider football broadcasts. And Gavin Regan for setting up that interview for us as well. So I want to thank him.
Gavin, yes.
So here we go. Malone's going to be kicking off to Massena here as we open this window up just a tad to try to get some air conditioning in here. You know, Mother Nature's air conditioning. Get those hornets in here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a hornet's nest right above us. Keeps us on our toes. All right, so here comes Malone. They're going to kick it off. Will it be an onside kick? We'll see. Massena's ready for one if it is. Malone is making sure everybody's all set, and here comes the kick. It's a deep kick. Going to be dropped there at the 25, and LeBrake has got it. Tefani LeBrake trying to make a couple people miss. He's going to get tackled there inside of Raider territory, and the Raiders will be starting with the ball at the 34-yard line, and I'm looking to see what hash are they going to place this on. They're going to place it in between the hashes, actually, at the, like I said before, 34-yard line. So Massena coming back out on offense. They got to keep that pedal to the metal here. Mm-hmm. They are up 22-12 on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard, 11:56 to go. Eastwood in the shotgun. King by his side. Going to put Murtaugh in motion. They're going to give it off to King. King coming to the numbers at the near side of the field. He is trying to protect that football, and he's going to get down to about the 38-yard line. And it was a little dangerous there because that ball kind of got away from Carter. He didn't fumble, but it was out there like a loaf of bread. And I know he was trying to make sure nobody could get it. So that's going to make it 2nd and 5 after that 5-yard gain. This next play coming from the Massena 40-yard line. Ball on the near hash. Massena, again, in their all red uniforms. The Huskies with the green pants, white shirts, and green numbers and green hats. So here we go. They're going to put LeBrake in motion. Eastwood going to hand it to Carter King. Carter King going to run downhill, get close to a first down, but not a first down. Gain of about 3 yards. That's going to make it a 3rd and 2, if I'm not mistaken here. Next play going to come from the Massena, we'll call it 44-yard line. Ball on the near hash. Eastwood jogging back out to address the troops. And they're going to clap their hands. They're going to exit the huddle, and here we go. Eastwood in the pistol. King behind him. He is going to get the snap. He's going to hand it off to King. King going to bounce it out to the far side numbers. He's got a first down, running people over. There we go. First down, Raiders.
Second effort there.
There was a kid for Malone. He lined up to hit him.
Yeah.
And he got run over.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
He will not quit.
Get out of my way. Carter King. Wow. Showing why he's the number 14 running back in the entire state of New York.
Destination everywhere, dude.
Hey, that's a good one. Destination everywhere.
I'd throw that out.
We have to pay it off for Don Despaw. 10:03 left to go here in the third quarter of play. King in the pistol. Now he's got the ball. He is going to run here to the near side numbers, and he is going to get dragged out of bounds at the 40.
That's a great run.
And I heard a ooh coming from up here in the booth, so I think there was a good block. I'm not sure by who, though. Yeah. But another first down for the Raiders on that play. 9:52. And rolling here in this third quarter. On the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard, it is your Massena Raiders up 22-12 over the Malone Huskies. Ball is now on the near hash at the Husky 39-yard line. Eastwood in the shotgun. Going to put Murtaugh in motion. Going to give it to Murtaugh. Murtaugh running to the far side numbers. He's got blockers out there. Here goes Murtaugh down to the 20 and getting wrestled down inside the 15-yard line. But hold everything. There's a flag that might be coming back. And that might be coming back on the Raiders. I think maybe a holding call possibly. We're looking over to our head of officials, Vic Perry.
Quite possibly, Andrew, yeah.
I'm thinking it was against Massena, but I could be wrong. We're all looking at Vic Perry. Vic can feel us staring at him. He's trying to see what it is himself. I tell you, we got to put Vic on the payroll for these games.
I was thinking that. It would be nice if...
Vic is trying to see it, though, for us, so we'll see what Vic says. Actually, they're going against the Huskies, I think.
Really? Okay.
Well, the Husky players are backing up. A face mask against the Huskies. We're learning. There's holding on every play, right, Vic? But yeah, that one actually goes against Malone. A face mask penalty. Make it a little bit further into that Huskies side of the field. We are now going to do this next play from the 20-yard line of the Huskies. Actually, make that about the 15. They're going to hand it off here to... I believe that is Garrett Weir. Garrett Weir running people over inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Garrett Weir said, "Get out of my way." 9 minutes left to go. Oh, my goodness. First down, Raiders. Woo!
Man,
I don't know who upset Garrett Weir today, but can they do that every game? Oh, my goodness. 8:55 left to go here in this third quarter of play. Massena with the ball on the Malone 5-yard line. Charleston is the back this time. He's got the carry. He's going to get himself a touchdown, Raiders. Dave Charleston with his touchdown. I want to say first touchdown of the season for Gage. That's a big play there for the Raiders. That's coming with 8:43. I want to say so, yeah. Third quarter, Gage Charleston with the touchdown run. That makes it 28-12 here. We do have a player down on the field for Malone, though. So hopefully that player will be able to get up under their own power. We'll see. 8:43, that's where we are right now in this third quarter of play. Massena with the lead on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard, 28-12. And, Donnie, while we have a second, let's thank those sponsors once again, my friend.
All right. A big thanks go out to CCOM Federal Credit Union locations. Well, Massena, Potsdam, Canton, Malone, Ogdensburg, Plattsburgh, Watertown, South Burlington, and Essex, Vermont. And also check them out online at ccom.org and mobile on your smartphone. Massena Drug-Free Community Coalition, developing plans and strategies that will reduce and prevent substance misuse among youth and adults in our community.
All right, and we also want to thank MX Fuels as well. That player was able to get up under their own power. Nice to see.
Yep.
Here comes Mason DeShane for an extra point. Let's see what we can do here. Snap is up, hold is down, kick is up. It is good. There we go. Referee said, "This is my moment. I'm going to make people wait."
He's our kicker now.
I believe so.
Yep.
And that is an extra point there, so that's going to make the score 29-12. Massena with the lead here with 8:43 left to go here in the third quarter of play. And I'm looking here, and you can start to see some folks maybe take a little bit of a deep breath. I say it ain't over, but deep breath for sure, my friend, right?
I think that momentum Massena seems to have it all right now. So I've seen stranger things happen, like as you have too, with games. So yeah, it's not over.
I remember last year when we were at Malone, they didn't have a scoreboard. You and I, it was like 2 minutes left to go. It was so weird because nobody was cheering or anything because nobody knew what the score was or how much time was left.
Right.
So they're looking at you and I with our little sheet of paper as if we're the scoreboard. It was weird. Here comes the kickoff, and it's caught on the run there by number 20 for Malone, and he's going to get significant yards on that.
In Malone.
That was in Malone, yeah. And then we went back out there for the playoff game, and Colton Hardy made memories because he had 6 touchdowns in that game on the ground.
Never forget that. Well,
that was amazing.
That was.
8:36 left to go. 8:36 left to go here in the third quarter of play on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. It is Massena 29, Malone 12. Here comes that Malone Huskies offense once again. They're going to start this drive with their best field position in a while. Ball's going to be on their own 26-yard line. Peck is going to be in the pistol. He's got Warner behind him. Ball's on the near hash. Peck going to clap his hands. He's going to hand it off to Warner. Warner's got a bunch of running room, and he's going to get past the 40, close to the 45 for the Huskies. Wow. It was like the Red Sea parted.
It did, yeah. Yep.
So first down for the Huskies there, and with 8:31 left, as I said before, it ain't over till it's over. Here come the Huskies again. Colt Warner on the big run there for the Huskies. Ball's going to be at the 42-yard line of the Huskies for this first down and 10 play. Peck is making sure that everybody's got the right play. He's going to look down at his wrist coach. Now he's going to take his position in the pistol. He has got Poyer behind him. He's going to hand it off to Poyer. Poyer going to try to get some yardage there. Not much there. Jake Lindstad and Coates in on that play to make sure he didn't get the yards he wanted to get on that play. Wow. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9 after a gain of 1. Ball's in between the hashes here at Mike Nicholas Field. Again, if you're just joining us on the Blevins Two-Way Motor scoreboard, Massena up 29-12 with 7:36 left to go here in the third quarter of play. John Despal, Elijah Winfrey on the call for you for WMSA Radio. Ball is going to be very close to that 45-yard line of Malone. And right now, Don Despal and I have got an extra co-host. It's the Wasp, who has made it on the inside of the window, and I don't know if I'm allergic, so let's go. Peck is going to run it himself here. He's going to go to the far side of the field. He's not going to get very far, and Donnie Despal is going to try to smack that Wasp. He's got it. Don Despal is saying destination nowhere to that Wasp inside here. Woo, good job, Donnie. I don't know. I think you might have stunned him but not killed him. You might want to finish the job there, my friend.
Yeah, close enough. I think he's done.
There we go. I think we got it. I'm not about animal cruelty, but I also don't want to get stung. Okay. That's a broadcast you'll always remember, isn't it, Massena? 6:37 left to go here in this third quarter of play. It is a 3rd and 7 now for Malone. And here we go. Ball's going to be at the Malone 45. Peck in the shotgun. Going to drop back. There's a flag. Hold everything.
Yep.
And I believe it's going to be against Malone. There's a heavenly voice telling me that, and I'm pretty sure that's Vic Perry.
It is.
It is Vic Perry. There we go. I take no credit when I get the calls right. I'm just saying. 6:23. That's where we are right now. 3rd and a little bit longer after that penalty on Malone. 3rd and 11 now. 6:15 left to go here in the third quarter. I tell you what, I think this is going to be a passing play, and I think you might see some backyard football coming here from Logan Peck.
They're going to have to start really.
Well,
they want to get back into it.
His 2 receivers are to the near side of the field. In the slot is Jordan Perry. Peck dropping back to throw. He's going to try to take off and run, but we got him this time. Jake Lindstad in on the sack on that play, and that was a great defensive effort by a lot of Raiders there. We closed in on them.
Some of these Massena players are amazing.
Contain on that play. Didn't let them get outside, because if they did, that would have been dangerous. But now,
contribute to those big plays like it, you know.
I agree. Jake Lindstad, by the way, wanted to take him down on that play. 4th and 13 now for the Malone Huskies with 5:20 left to go here in this third quarter of play. Ball's back on their 40-yard line, and right now Massena up 29-12 on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. Poyer is going to be the running back beside Peck. Peck going to put a man in motion. He's got the ball. Here we go. He's going to run around a little bit. He's got some running room. There he goes, down to the 50, down to the first down, and hit out of bounds by Dominic. First down, Huskies.
That's what they're going to have.
Logan Magic Man Peck. This kid is something else.
He is. Yeah.
I know.
He's need to roll and run and, yeah.
I know he plays baseball, but he also plays football so well. So well. I wish that Malone kept stats on Max Prep so that everybody could hear about this kid, because he's earned it for the Malone Huskies. 4:56 left to go. 1st and 10 for Malone now inside Massena territory on the far hash. They're going to hand it off here to Poyer. Poyer coming downhill with a full head of steam. He's going down to the 40, dragging some people with him down towards the 35 of Massena. And here comes the Huskies. Tefani LeBrake in on the tackle there for Massena. 4:35. It's going to be 2nd and 1 after a gain of 9 for the Huskies. Ball is going to be on the near hash. It's going to be close to the 35-yard line of Massena. And let's see what happens here, as this is the best offensive drive Malone's had in a while.
Yeah, if they want to get back into it, they've got to start opening it up a little bit, or try to, you know.
I agree.
Harder with that Massena defense. So.
Looks like Warner is going to be the back, and it looks like Malone's next play will come out of the pistol. Their two top wide receivers. Jordan Perry's on the hash marks on the far side. West is near the numbers on the far side. They're going to toss it out on a running play to Warner. Warner coming downhill to the 30, down towards the 25. First down, Huskies once again.
Crowd's getting into it a little bit louder now, Elijah.
And I think the people you're hearing are Malone fans. People on Massena's side, you know, they're a little antsy, I can tell. First down for the Huskies. This next play coming from the 25-yard line of Massena on the far hash. And we're looking here, and it's going to be Warner as the running back, Peck in the pistol. Perry's going to be in the slot down towards the near side of the field. West is on the numbers down to the near side, but they're going to give it to Warner once again. Warner to the outside, down close to the 15-yard line. They are riding that kid hard.
Yep.
And he's getting yards. Michael Martinez with the tackle on that play, and if Michael doesn't tackle him, that might be a touchdown. But he did, thankfully, for Massena. It's going to be a 2nd and 1 here, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Third quarter is evaporating on us, and Massena does have the lead on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard. It is Massena 29-12. But Malone is driving, ball on the Massena 15. Peck in the shotgun. He's got Warner by his side. Peck going to fake it to Warner. Peck going to try to run up inside himself. He's going to get taken down by number 9, Carter King, number 54, Darian Coates on that play. I don't know if he actually got yards on that. He may have lost a yard.
Yeah.
So we're going to call that a first-class ticket to where, Don Desma?
Destination nowhere.
That's right. 2:43 left to go here in this third quarter of play. Clock is rolling, though. All these running plays, while they are successful for Malone, they keep the clock running. We'll see how that comes into play here for Malone.
Warning in high school football.
That's right. That's right. Here we go. Peck is going to be in the pistol. Warner is behind him. Peck's going to clap his hands. He's going to look to his wristband, change a play. They're going to whatever the second play is they called. Here we go. They're going to hand it off to Warner once again. Warner coming downhill with a full head of steam. He is going to get tackled, though, and that is by, as I'm looking for our Raiders player, it is going to be Coates once again on the tackle. 2:05 left to go here in this third quarter of play. On the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard, again, it is Massena with the 29-12 lead over the Huskies. The Huskies, though, with a first down and 10 now, and they're creeping towards the 10-yard line of Massena. Ball on the far hash. Peck in the shotgun, claps his hands. He's got the ball. Now he's going to fake it. He's going to try to run, but he ain't going anywhere. Jake Lindstad in there on that tackle, giving him a first-class ticket to where?
Destination nowhere.
Destination nowhere. That is going to be a loss of about 4 yards there for the Huskies on the Jake Lindstad tackle in the backfield. That might even be considered a sack. I'm not sure, though, but I know it was definitely a tackle for loss. But Jake Lindstad showing up big today. We've called his name out quite a bit. Here we go. 2nd down and 14 here for the Huskies from the Massena 15. Ball's in the middle of the hashes. And here comes Peck. He faked it. Now he's running to the far side of the field. He's got some room down there. He's going to get escorted out of bounds at about the, 8-yard line of Massena. And that means it's going to be closer for this 3rd down. 3rd and 6 now for the Huskies. And that clock is still rolling. In fact, they might not even get this next play off before the end of the 3rd quarter. They have been taking up a lot of time, and they need that time. So, hey, we'll take it, though. Peck is in the shotgun. He's going to clap his hands. He's going to roll here to the near side. He's throwing it out wide. He's got his man. I think incomplete. Incomplete. They were trying to get it to Jordan Perry. Donnie, what'd you see?
Well, I see it. He looked like he might have had the ball and just went out of his hands. He was reaching up for it, going backwards. And, close play. Absolutely. Wow.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 6. That was Jordan Perry trying to catch that pass there for Malone.
Yeah, it was a good pass.
Malone has got a 4th and 6 here. Peck is in the shotgun. He's got Perry down towards the near hash. The ball's at the far hash. It's a far throw that way. And Peck's going to look that way. Now he's going to look to throw it. He's got his man. Touchdown, Huskies. That is number 18 for the Huskies, and that would be Trent Carrio with the catch. And what a throw by Logan Peck.
He was wide open.
36 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter of play. Peck to Carrio. And that is going to make it 29-18. And you better believe it, the Huskies are going for 2.
Oh, they have to, yeah.
Peck is in the shotgun. He's going to clap his hands. He's got the ball. He's getting rushed. Oh, and he's taken down by the shoestrings. Garrett Weir celebrating with his teammates.
Everything Garrett Weir hasn't done in this game.
Garrett Weir's done everything including check the Gatorade. It has been that type of game for Garrett Weir today. I mean, Garrett Weir's over there saying, the Gatorade's just right. Let me go play defense. Let me go play offense. Oh, what about special teams?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's lining up our commercials right now at the radio station. This kid does it all, Garrett Weir. 36 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. It is Massena with the lead, 29-18, but it's a lot more interesting now. 29-18 is the score on the North Country Savings Bank scoreboard after the Logan Peck touchdown pass. And Peck, again, on that last play, what made it so special, he was rolling out again. He was trying to get out of the pocket.
Not that time, no.
Garrett Weir grabbed him by the feet.
Yeah.
And pulled him in close.
Yep. Yeah, Weir's had what a game. Yeah.
So, 36 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Malone's down 29-18. Do they onside kick it here? I would expect them to, and I think Massena's ready for it if they do. We'll see, though. Here comes their kicker. He's going to run up a little bit slower. It's a high kick, but not a far kick. Murtaugh has got it. Murtaugh trying to make a couple people miss. He does, and he's going to get it to the, 47-yard line of Massena, and that's where the next possession will start for Massena. And if you're the Raiders, you cannot, I keep saying this, like they would ever think about doing it. We know they're not going to do it, but they can't take their foot off.
No.
We're just telling you, because that's what we're supposed to tell you as announcers. We know they're not going to, though. We know they're going to try for a touchdown. But they have no give up in that.
And another touchdown will be crucial if they get it.
I think so.
Definitely.
For Eastwood, he's in the shotgun. He's got Carter King by his side. He's going to put Murtaugh in motion. He's going to toss it to Murtaugh. Murtaugh to the far side numbers. Murtaugh with a head of speed. Here he goes. Down to the 30, down to the 20, and he's going to get escorted out of bounds inside the 20 of the Huskies. But hold it. There's a flag.
Yeah.
There's a flag, so hold everything. We're going to go to our rules analyst, Vic Perry. Vic is looking to see what type of penalty this might be. I'm thinking it might be against Massena, but I don't know. Even Tom Miller is looking at Vic Perry. We're both looking at Vic Perry. Holding on us, holding on Massena. There we go. 23 was the holding penalty. So that means after all that excitement, bring it back. I will say it was nice, though. We had about a, 13-minute reprieve from the penalties before they came back. That was nice. And that's not including halftime time either.
It was a good old flag.
You didn't have any flags thrown during your interview.
No,
that was good. Donnie playing mistake-free announcing today.
I'm bringing flags with me next week. I'll tell you what.
Here we go. 1st and 12. They're going to do a little trickeration here. Garrett Weir with the ball, and he's going to get taken down by number 5, Logan Peck. What happened on that play was Eastwood gave it to King. King gave it to Weir. Weir came around on a reverse, and he just got taken down by Logan Peck there. So that's going to be 2nd down. And I want to say 10. Oh, 2nd and 13. We actually lost a yard on that play. So 2nd and 13 now for the Raiders. And that's going to do it for your third quarter of play. Put up 4 fingers. We're in the fourth quarter, Massena. And on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard, it is your Massena Raiders up 29-18 this fourth quarter. Are you feeling antsy? Because we got ourselves a game.
So many Raiders have played well. I mean, so many. Weir, definitely. Murtaugh, Carter King, of course. Connor Eastwood. It goes on and on, Elijah. Yeah.
This has got to be.
And kudos to Malone. They have not given up.
I agree. And there's no reason for them to give up. They're only 11 points down.
Sounds like it's right.
This is an 11-point spread, 29-18. That's not your normal football score, which is why I mentioned it. 29-18. It's only 11 points. It's only 11 points. And so for Massena, this drive is very, very important. You get a touchdown here.
That changes everything.
You might be able to bleed some of that clock next time you get the ball.
Yep.
And if you're Malone, if you can get a turnover here, that's gigantic. Now, I hate to mention this because we are the Massena radio broadcast.
Zappy is talking about do not turn over that ball.
I'm sure he is, but unfortunately, we have turned it over once today.
Yeah.
It was a interception, the first interception of the season thrown by Connor Eastwood. Let's see what happens here. Connor Eastwood's in the shotgun. He's got King by his side. They're going to put a man in motion. It's LeBrake. LeBrake going to try to get some yards there, but he's taken down fairly quickly. Gain of about a yard there on second, I want to say 3rd and 12, actually. That's what the scoreboard says. And there is a player down for Malone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You hate to see that. You really do. You hate to see that. Especially with, such a good game happening right now. 11:46 to go, Don Despal. Let's thank some of our sponsors while we let the medical professionals do what they do.
Okay, again, Seacom Federal Credit Union with locations in Massena, Potsdam, Canton, Malone, Ogdensburg, Plattsburgh, Watertown, South Burlington, and Essex, Vermont. Check them out online at seacom.org and mobile on your smartphone. Massena Drug-Free Community Coalition, they develop plans and strategies that will reduce and prevent misuse among drug misuse among the youth and adults in our community. And MX Fuels, 22 Center Street in Massena, they provide quality fuels at great service, great prices here in Northern New York.
And the player from Malone was able to get up under his own power and walk off the field, so that is great to see. For Massena, this is going to be 3rd and 12. I had that wrong last play. This is going to be 3rd and 12. Ball is at the Massena 46-yard line on the near hash. Eastwood in the shotgun. Beside him is King. King's going to run out for a catch. Oh! It's a ladder! Oh, my goodness. Here comes Carter King down the sidelines, and he's going to get escorted out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
That was
Eastwood threw it to Murtaugh. Eastwood threw it to Murtaugh, and as Murtaugh was going down, he pitched it out to Carter King. A hook and ladder there, and that gets us about 30 more yards.
That's the first one I've seen this year.
First down Raiders. Oh, boy.
That was amazing.
11:36 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. That gets your attention. Massena with a 1st and 10 here. Ball on the far hash. They're going to toss it out to LeBrake. LeBrake has got some blockers in front of him. Here he goes. It's a foot race. Touchdown to Danny LeBrake. And that is a touchdown pass from that is counted as a touchdown pass from Eastwood to LeBrake. That's the second one on the day. 11:29 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. Eastwood to LeBrake. That is the second touchdown connection between these fellas today.
Oh, boy.
We thought it might happen at some point. It happens in this game. 35-18, and we're lining up for the extra point, so let's see how that goes. Eastwood is the holder. Snap is up. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is good. All right. The referee's holding us in suspense a little bit there. 36-18. 11:29 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. And don't look now, but as far as your quarterback duel is concerned, I want to make sure I get this right here. That is 3 touchdowns for Logan Peck, and that is 2 touchdowns for Connor Eastwood. So that is 5 touchdowns accounted for between these two quarterbacks today. It has lived up to the hype. It has lived up to the hype, my friends.
Contributing. They're all contributing.
Certainly. Listen, you can't do any of what I just said without your teammates.
Well, that's the lines, offensive, defense.
But there's also not many high school games where you have 2 quarterbacks dueling it out like that.
No.
So it's been a good one. Logan Peck, he's got 3 touchdowns on the day through the air, as I mentioned before. Connor has got 2 touchdowns through the air and 1 interception. So if you're keeping track at home,
and Weir
was the recipient of a 2-point conversion, and so far that's been it. But we do have a kickoff here, and it looks like Jordan Perry, he fumbled the ball a little bit.
Yeah, he recovered that one.
So as we were tallying up everything, they went ahead and kicked it on us. Anyway, for the Huskies, they're going to start this next drive from their 29-yard line, I want to say it is. We'll see where John Simons puts this ball down. And I'm looking here. There we go. Ball is on the ground officially. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line for the Huskies. As I mentioned a couple seconds ago, I'll mention it one more time until we have something new to say. Peck has got 3 touchdowns on this game through the air. He is back there in the pistol. Behind him is Warner. He's going to clap his hands. He's going to get the snap. He's going to toss it out to Warner. Warner going to the far side of the field. Woo! He got took down hard. Garrett Weir! Once again, Garrett Weir. My
He's
goodness.
doing these things that mean everything. Yeah.
And there is a Husky player down on the play, unfortunately. I believe that is actually Warner who is down on that play. 10:57 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. It'll be 2nd down, and I want to say 10 whenever we resume here. But as of right now, they're looking at Warner down there on the field. And so while they do that, Don Despaw, we want to thank the sponsors once again. I'll do it this time, my friend. We do want to thank Seacom Federal Credit Union with locations in Massena, Potsdam, Canton, Malone, Ogdensburg, Plattsburgh, Watertown, South Burlington, and Essex, Vermont. Did you get all that? Check them out online at seacom.org, mobile on your smartphone. Massena Drug-Free Community Coalition, developing plans and strategies that will reduce and prevent substance misuse among youth and adults in our community. And MX Fuels, 22 Center Street in Massena, providing quality fuels and service at great prices in northern New York. Do want to mention to you at home, if you are looking to hop on as a sponsor for the rest of this season, we're still looking for sponsors, and it would greatly help us out.
Yep.
So if you are loving our broadcast, and we hope you are, feel free.
Then we're not here.
Exactly. Exactly. That player was able to get off the field under his own power, which is nice to see for Malone.
Love to see that. Yep.
Ball is going to be spotted on the far hash at the Husky 26-yard line, we'll call it. 2nd and 10. That will be the yardage and distance there. 10:39 left to go here in the fourth quarter of play on the Blevins Stewart Motor scoreboard. It is Massena with the 36-18 lead. And Peck is in the shotgun formation. He's got Poyer by his side. Peck going to look to throw. Here he comes. He's going to load up and throw it deep. He's got Jordan Perry there, but that's going to be out of bounds. And I got to tell you, if this was Canadian football, that might have been a completion. Thank goodness it's not. 10:22, fourth quarter here in Massena. It's going to be 3rd and 10. And on that play, I feel like Peck just says, listen, my guy's down there, and I trust my guy to get it.
Yep.
So 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 here for the Huskies. Ball at their 26-yard line. They got to score, and they got to score quick.
They got to be careful, though. Massena, all they have to do is, turnover well.
And we saw it a few weeks ago. Now, unfortunately, the guy who got the pick six for us is not playing in this game, but I'm sure we got other capable players who can do that. Here we go, 3rd and 12, Peck in the pistol. He's going to fake the handoff. He's running for his life. He is trying to get away. Now he will. He's going to bounce it back inside and get escorted out of bounds after gaining a bunch of yards there. And I will say the player that was running him down for Massena was number 81 for Massena, I believe. And I'm looking at the wrong roster. There we go. That helps. It is Dominic Austin who was making Peck have to get out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's going to bring up a 4th and 4, though, after the yards gained by Peck. And let's see. I mean, the Huskies are going for it. They're not going to punt. I'm starting to wonder if they even have a punter. I mean, we saw them try to earlier, and it ended in the safety. So I don't think they're going to punt. No. They're going for it.
Oh, they have to. Yeah.
Down 36-18, 9:33 left to go. Massena's defense is trying to stifle these Huskies. Peck is going to drop back to throw. He's going to get hit. Take it down. Destination nowhere. Darian Coates.
Like a blitz.
A sack on that play on 4th down. Darian Coates said, give me that thing. I know what to do with it. Massena Raiders defense said, give me that thing. We know what to do with it. 9:19, fourth quarter, our ball.
Wow.
Darian Coates.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's what you like to see. And so right now, as we change things over, we're kind of hearing the pep band in the distance there. They have everybody boogie in here. They certainly are. 9:19 here in this fourth quarter of play. Massena up 36-18. And I think Massena's trying to make sure they have enough players out there. There's 25 seconds on the play clock as LeBrake runs into the huddle. And Massena going to start this possession from inside the Huskies 30. King is beside Eastwood in the shotgun. They're going to put LeBrake in motion. LeBrake going to run to the near side of the field. Here we go as he runs up inside the 25, down close to the 20. For Massena, it's going to be, I want to say, about a 6-yard gain. So a pretty big gain there by Tepani LeBrake, who already has 2 touchdowns. He gets 3, and that might solidify Offensive Player of the Game.
I've been thinking about that. Who in the world is that going to be? Right?
We'll see. Gage Charleston is now going to be the sidecar to Eastwood. They're going to put Aiden Beckstead in motion. Aiden Beckstead running to the outside of the field, down to the 20. Come on, Aiden. As he breaks it inside, he is going to get down towards the 10-yard line. A big run there. And I should say a big reception because it counts as a pass. For Aiden Beckstead, that jet sweep, again, it counts as a passing play. But Aiden Beckstead was another big reception.
So many players, it's just, player of the game, I don't know. How about everybody? I don't know. What did we do last week? We had
we got some heat last week because we said the entire offensive line. So we got to pick an individual this week. 8:25 here in this fourth quarter of play. First down and 10. Eastwood going to toss it out to Charleston. Charleston going to try to find some running room. He gets a little bit of yards there and taken down, I want to say, right at the 10. If not the 10, the 9-yard line of the Huskies. Second and goal for the Raiders.
He's gone.
And Don Despa is on Hornet patrol. We got to figure out where that Hornet's nest is.
They're not coming. They're only coming in our booth.
Apparently, yeah. I think. Anyway, here comes second and goal here for Massena. They're going to toss it to Aiden Beckstead again. Beckstead runs to the outside. Does he have enough in the gas tank? No, unfortunately, but he did get, I want to say, back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. It's going to be third and goal here for Massena. Massena, again, with the lead, 36-18 on the Blevins Seaway Motor scoreboard. It is 7:24 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. They have got the ball at the 7, I want to say, of Malone. It is third and goal here. And for Massena, again, they're up 36-18. They would really like to get a touchdown here. Gage Charleston is next to Eastwood. And Donovan Turner is down to the low side of the field. They're going to put Murtaugh in motion. They're going to hand it off to Charleston. Charleston trying to get to the end zone. He's not going to get there, but he gets close. Down to, I want to say, about the 3rd or the 4-yard line. I should say the 3 or the 4-yard line. 6:42 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Fourth and goal here for the Raiders. And for Malone, if they can get a stop here, that's big for them.
Mm-hmm.
Eastwood trotting back out there. Obviously, Massena's going to take their time here as that clock continues to go. 6:23, and they got about 18 seconds here on this play clock. I would expect that they're not going to snap this thing until there's about 5 seconds on that play clock. We'll see, though. Here we go. Eastwood going to get the snap. He's going to hand it. No, he's not. He's going to fake it out wide. It's going to be a throw. Is that a touchdown? It is. And that is Garrett Weir there with the touchdown reception.
I think that's going to be about all she's got.
6:05 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Eastwood to Weir. And I don't know if y'all are keeping track at home, but if you are, that makes 3 touchdowns for Connor Eastwood today, 3 touchdowns for Logan Peck today. It's been that quarterback duel.
Yep.
Here we go. We're lining up for that extra point. Mason DeShane. It's your time to shine, Mason. Let's go. Hold is up, and there's a flag. Hold everything, Mason. Flag on the play. I'm hearing false start from the booth. And I think it's against the Huskies, actually, from where he was pointing. Are we going to move it closer? I think so. Vic, are we moving it closer? Lining up in the neutral zone. Yeah, you can't do that. So for Mason DeShane, he is going to kick this extra point here from a little bit closer. Let's see what we got. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is. I jinxed him. It's no good, unfortunately. That's my bad, Massena. I'll take that one. 42-18. That is the score right now. And listen, I got to tell you, I'm proud of these Raiders, okay? That is 3 weeks in a row. They have scored upwards of 40 points.
I know. That's amazing. Yep.
3 weeks in a row.
Yep.
But I also want to say to the folks at home, if you've got Malone on your schedule, it is not an automatic W. Because even though it is 42-18, it has felt much closer this entire game. Would you agree with that, Donnie?
Yeah, it's just a few plays make all the difference. The small things sometimes you don't think about or even see hardly can make a huge difference in the score. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Small mistakes, Elijah, yeah.
Massena is going to be kicking it off to Malone here with 6:05 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. And I'm just happy that this has lived up to the hype. You know, so often we hype up these games, and then sometimes it doesn't end up going the way we think it does.
Yeah.
This one certainly has, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But right now, we're going to kick this ball off to Malone. And I believe that's Murtaugh kicking it off, if I'm not mistaken. It is. It's a deep kick. and it's going to bounce at the 20, get picked up by Jordan Perry for the Huskies. Jordan Perry with a full head of steam. He's going to get it to the Malone, close to the Malone 35. So good field position for the Huskies. And I just want to bring it back around because now we got new numbers. You got Logan Peck with 3 touchdowns. You got Eastwood with 3 touchdowns and an interception. These are your 2 best quarterbacks in Section 10, I would say.
I think so. Oh, yeah.
Now, I will say you could make a case for the kid from Governor because he's good too. And we'll talk about him, obviously, as we get closer to that game. I believe last name Stowell, if I'm not mistaken.
Just as a quarterback, I think you're correct.
But as a quarterback, I mean, these 2, Peck and Eastwood, they have lived up to the billing today, I would say. 5:57 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. Peck going to clap his hands, going to hand it off to his running back, Poyer. Poyer going to drag some Raiders with him as he gets close to a first down for the Huskies.
No quitting, you know.
Wow. That is a running play, though, so that's going to keep that clock rolling. Now, they are down by quite a few touchdowns at this point, as it is 42-18. So they might just, kind of be content to run the ball and not get hurt. But we'll see.
Well, that's it, exactly, yes.
Peck is in the pistol. And there is a different running back behind him that we have not called out all game long. So I'll get you that jersey number here in a moment. As 41 is going to try to take the handoff, but he's not going anywhere. He gets hit by Michael Martinez for Massena. 41 for the Huskies. Who is that, Donnie?
41 for the Huskies. How about that one?
Caden Kempen, it looks like.
Yeah, Caden Kempen.
Caden Kempen in there with that carry. So, again, a different running back, and that kind of tells you everything you need to know. That means they are content to run this ball.
I don't
get some opportunities.
Right. Not
3rd down and 4 for the Huskies.
Injury issues or anything like that, yeah.
4:37 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play on the Blood and Sewer Motor scoreboard. It is Massena up 42-18. Peck is in the pistol. He's got Kempen behind him. Peck is going to clap his hands. He's got it. He's going to toss it out to Kempen. Kempen going to try to find some running room. He's going to cut it back inside, and he actually found some running room on that play for Kempen. Big pile up at the end.
Everybody was involved with that one.
But Kempen cut it back. He was going to go outside, cut it back inside, found some rushing yards. Yep. That's a junior, by the way, for Malone, so he'll be coming back next season, that's for sure. And this Malone team, it wouldn't shock me if Massena plays them again in the playoffs. It wouldn't shock me again if that's what ends up happening. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Huskies from the 44-yard line of the Huskies. For Massena, they've got some folks in there that don't normally get an opportunity to play, which is good to see. With 3:40 left to go here in this fourth quarter, Massena up 42-18 on the Blood and Sewer Motor scoreboard. They're going to hand it off to Kempen once again. Michael Martinez saying, hey, that's a first-class ticket to where, Don Desbaugh?
Destination, it's nowhere.
That's right, destination nowhere. Michael Martinez there with the tackle. 3:17 and rolling here, and it looks like the folks that were inducted last night are going to get their opportunity to see a win here at Mike Nicholas Field after all the ceremony yesterday. So, again, congratulations to all the folks going into the Hall of Fame last night, and it looks like your Raiders football team is going to do you good here by getting you a victory. 2:55 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. Peck going to toss it out to Poyer. Poyer going to try to make a couple people miss. He runs into his own guy, and his own guy inadvertently helped us out. But Gabe Charleston got the tackle there. 2:40. It's going to be second down or make that third down, actually. 3rd down and 12. Ball at the Malone 39. They lost a couple yards on that play. 3rd down and 12 from the Malone 39. Ball on the far hash. Tick, 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 tick. That's right. Chris Berman used to say that. Yeah. 2:19 left to go. I don't think there's anybody as excited about this as Tom Miller because he's just down there and he is just giddy. 2:11 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. 3rd and 13. Peck. It's actually Perry. Perry's going to play quarterback now. He's got a completion.
Wow.
And he is going to complete it out to West.
Oh.
So they decided that Peck has had enough today, and they went to Jordan Perry as their quarterback.
Yeah.
1:47 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. 4th and 13 for the Huskies. Ball's going to be at the 43-yard line of the Huskies. Ball's going to be near the near hash. 1:30 and rolling here. This might be the last play right here before we see the victory formation for Massena. So Jordan Perry doing his quarterback work here. He's their backup quarterback. He's going to get the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle. Oh, and it's a great deflection there. Number 22 for Massena, and that would be Parker O'Neill there with the deflection. Knocked down by Parker O'Neill. So that means Massena's got the ball, and hey, folks, it's the best play in football. Get ready for that victory formation.
Yeah.
See, Big Perry's over here bragging. He says, see, I told you it wasn't going to be a close game. Hey, it was a lot closer than I think a lot of people expected. That's all I'm saying. 1:09 left to go, 42-18. I would imagine that's probably going to be your final score, but hey, we're going to stick here. We're going to stay here, I should say, for these last roughly over 60 seconds here. So we'll see what happens as Eastwood is back out there at quarterback. Now, Massena runs their victory formation out of the pistol, which I find to be interesting. So if you're looking at Connor Eastwood's rushing yards this season, it's not going to be very good because usually he's only running it in this situation. But I'm sure he's happy about that, as are all the Raiders coaches.
Perry in for Malone, right?
Yeah, Jordan Perry was the quarterback on the last drive for Malone. Yeah. So Eastwood in the pistol. I would imagine this is going to be a kneel down. It is.
That's smart. That's what I think.
And now we are just looking at those seconds, ticking off the clock here. Again, Massena, flag down. How do we do that wrong? Anyway, there's a flag on the play. I would imagine probably something was said. Somebody said something, I don't know. I mean, it looked like we executed the kneel down perfectly. No flag on the play. No flag on the play. Referees had to get one more in there. You know, they got to... Anyway, 48 seconds left. Clock is rolling. Some people are starting to, filter out of Massena's stadium here, trying to get the beat on the traffic.
Why wasn't there a flag? No,
I don't know. They picked it up last second. 32 seconds.
Oh, my God.
There's the knee. That's going to do it. So, for your Massena Raiders, look out. They are 4-0, heading to St. Lawrence Central next week for a game that I affectionately call the Downtown Showdown.
Yeah,
it'll be the 55th edition of the Downtown Showdown next weekend. Going to be Friday, a Friday football game. We finally have one. We'll get to call that for you up in Brazier next week.
Yep.
Very excited about that. For right now, though, the final score, 42-18. We'll be back with our players of the game and your post-game report.
It's time for the postgame show. Here's Elijah Winfrey and Don Despot.
That's right. We are back here at Mike Nicholas Field to wrap this one up. Final score in this game was, I want to make sure I get this right here, 42-18. 42-18, the final score here. Massena with the victory. We're going to get into it and give you our players of the game after we talk sponsors. Don Despot, who are we thanking tonight?
Seacom Federal Credit Union, locations in Massena, Potsdam, Canton, Malone, Ogdensburg, Plattsburgh, Watertown, South Burlington, and Essex, Vermont. You can check them out online at seacom.org. And mobile on your smartphone, Massena Drug-Free Community Coalition. They develop plans, strategies that, will reduce and prevent substance misuse among youth and adults in the community. And MX Fuels, 22 Center Street here in Massena, providing quality service and great prices. here in Northern New York. Thank you, sponsors.
All right, so we said 42-18. Let's talk about how we got here. In the first quarter, with 9:29 left in the first quarter, it was Logan Peck with his first touchdown of the day to Jordan Perry. That made it 6-0. Then in the second quarter, after it was a lot of back and forth, I will say, a lot of four and outs we saw early in this game, not a whole lot of punting. 11:52 left in the second quarter. Carter King gets on the board for Massena. That makes it 6-6. Then also in the second quarter, with 4:12 left to go, Logan Peck throws his second touchdown to Jordan Perry. That makes it 12-6. In the second quarter, with 2:37 left to go, Carter King gets another rushing touchdown. That ties it up 12-12. We get our first lead of the game, though, when Eastwood throws a two-point conversion to Garrett Weir. That makes it 14-12. Then with 36 seconds left to go in the second quarter, unfortunately for the Huskies, they had to punt from inside their own 5, and the punter was not able to handle the snap, and he had to just fall on the end zone. That made it a safety for us. Massena extends their lead 16-12. Then with 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Eastwood throws a pass to LeBrake, and he does the rest, taking it to the house with a 41-yard touchdown. That's what it ended up being total, 41-yard touchdown. Probably 30 of that was LeBrake juking out defenders of Malone. That made it 22-12. Then in the third quarter, with 8:43 left to go, Gage Charleston gets, I believe, his first rushing touchdown of the season, as he makes it 28-12, and with the extra point, we make that 29-12. However, Malone would not be done scoring, as they, with 36 seconds left to go in the third quarter, get another touchdown from their quarterback, this time Peck to Cario. That makes it 29-18. And then with 11:29 left to go in the fourth quarter, Eastwood would throw a touchdown to LeBrake. That makes it 35-18 with the extra point, 36-18. And then in the fourth quarter with 6:05 left to go, Eastwood to Weir, 42-18. That's your final score. I was telling folks about 3 months ago, watch out for these quarterbacks. Here's how they fared today. Now, I want to say, before I say these stats, you cannot do what you do at the quarterback position without your teammates, okay? But these two quarterbacks dueled it out today, and they deserve a little bit of credit, okay? So, Logan Peck for Malone, 3 touchdowns. Connor Eastwood for Massena, 3 touchdowns and an interception. It lived up to everything I thought it was going to be. It was certainly a boxing match disguised as a football game, but Massena, to their credit, once they kind of figured out what Malone was doing, they were able to do a lot more.
You could see that. Yep.
So credit to the coaching staff from Massena for making those necessary adjustments to make sure that they could go to 4-0 on the year. And the next game for Massena is going to be a downtown showdown with the St. Lawrence Central Larrys. That's a big game for me because I started my broadcasting career, if you will, doing YouTube broadcasts for St. Lawrence Central. I've never seen a game or taken in a game on their new field. So it'll be the first time I'm heading back there, and so I'm very excited about it. It's the downtown showdown, and, you know, depending on how things go, it might be the last downtown showdown, which is a little unfortunate. I know St. Lawrence Central is considering going to 8-man football next year. They have been, you know, playing their heart out this season with, you know, playing Ogdensburg fairly close. But this might be the last time that Massena and St. Lawrence Central play each other in 11-man football. We will have that broadcast for you from Brazier Falls next Friday night. But as far as this game is concerned, we got to give out some players of the game. On offense, we're going to give it out to Topani LeBrake, who had himself multiple touchdowns. We knew it was only a matter of time before Topani LeBrake would find himself in the end zone. The coaches have been raving about this kid, and it certainly was well worth all the hype they were saying of him. But he had a big game today, so we're going to give Offensive Player of the Game to Topani LeBrake. On the defensive side of the ball, we could have given it to a lot of different kids, okay? Jake Lindstedt had a great game. Garrett Weir had a great game. But we're going to give it to Darian Coates, who a couple of times today, at least by my calculations, actually sacked or tackled for loss Logan Peck, which is a very hard assignment.
That doesn't happen.
So, Darian Coates, you got yourself Defensive Player of the Game. I hope your family